Dane's got room to run. First and goal to go for Emery. Creek with the grab all the way down to the 25-yard line. Stilson looking, wants the end zone. Olsen, corner, drags the foot, touchdown Emery.
Emery High School football on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
This is Sparta!
Emery Spartan football is powered by Castle Country Radio. And now for tonight's play-by-play, let's join Jordan Buscarini and Travis Anderson in the Sutherland's broadcast booth for tonight's game.
Welcome into Emery High School football on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. Jordan Buscarini alongside Travis Anderson for the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show, where this evening Emery is back at home. Travis, we haven't had too many of these home games, just the second in 6 weeks. And standing in front of Emery tonight, it is the mighty Canyon View Falcons, who at times have looked really, really good in this 3A classification. Should definitely be a tough outing tonight.
It's going to be a tough game tonight. You talk about Canyon View. They're tough. They're physical. They're big up front. And for Emery, they're banged up. And we're going to see how this Emery team responds being a little bit banged up.
Yes, things are going to look a little bit different for Emery tonight. When we take a look at the way the Spartans will look on the offensive side of the ball, the number one thing to pinpoint is who's going to be a quarterback, and tonight it is going to be Bo Stilson. He'll be making his first start. To put in perspective, Emery enters tonight's game with a record of 1-3. Bo will represent the third quarterback that has made a start so far this season, and so again, it has been difficult for this Spartan team to find some of that consistency, but we'll see what Bo Stilson can provide in his very first start under center.
Yeah, Bo's going to have to go out there and do Bo-like things. He's an athlete. So you put the ball in your athlete's hand and you see what your athlete can do. So it's tough, 3 quarterbacks, 3 different weeks, but you're at home. That's a little bit of comfort being at home.
Yes, obviously being, right, that is the as you said, the friendly confines, right? You know what to expect when you are at home. You get to play on this turf. But Canyon View is a team that we are well familiar with. Fact of the matter is we have not had a lot of success against Canyon View as of late.
No, they got our number. So it's time to flip the script and try to get back on the winning track, because next week is a very winnable game on the road against Grand, who's a little bit down. They're not very good this year. So if you can get some momentum going into next week with a win tonight, it sets the tone moving forward.
For sure. And we go back to a week ago. I thought that Emery did some really good things on the defensive side of the ball, and we'll get to our interview with head coach John Famalo. That's coming up in just a moment. But if we go back and recap that game, second quarter, it was kind of a disaster to start off with, right? However, things started trending in Emery's favor at some particular times with a couple of defensive stops, right? They did force a turnover deep in the red zone. Offense couldn't get the ball really moving with any sort of pressure. And then you take a look at the way things played out. It's 12-0, Travis, in the second quarter at a game that Union had dominated. I felt like Emery had an opportunity in that game. They just could not push through on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, a game where Union doesn't throw a single pass. They throw one, it comes back on a penalty, but they ran the football the entire game. And for Emery, they just got beat in the trenches. They got beat up front. And for the Spartans, if they can get a couple stops there, or they can get a turnover and they can get the offense going, it's a different game. But it just from the start just didn't go their way, and everything snowballed all at once.
When we look at playmakers for this Emery football team, one kid in particular that I want to make sure we highlight is number 9, Cray Leroy. I have a lot of fun watching Cray out there play, and tonight, knowing that Bo is going to be underneath center, I think when we take a look at the kids that can make a big impact on the outside, I think you look at Cray Leroy, right? I mean, he has the big play capability. He's got the length. He's got the speed. He has the capability of stretching out the defense, and he may be called upon tonight to do just that.
Yeah, you're going to have to find a way to get the ball in his hands and let him go to work, because he's got speed, like you said. He's an athlete. He's very good on the outside. So if you can get some separation and get the ball in his hands and get some blocking up front, he might spring one loose.
And then the other aspect of the offense that we did talk about with Coach Famalo, and we'll get to in just a moment, is the running ability of Traxton Conover. He may have had his best game of the season. Traxton did average, it was a good 6-7 yards per carry against Union. Problem is, the opportunities were few, far, and in between because of so many quick 3-and-outs. But Traxton did get going early on, or later, I should say, in the second half of that game, and that was a big boost for this Emery offense, and it's something they're going to need again tonight.
you're going to have to find a way to run the ball effectively tonight. And I think Traxon tonight, he's going to get the ball a lot. He's going to get a lot of carries, and he's going to carry the bulk. So we'll see how he can handle the excessive workload a little bit tonight.
Let's look at the defensive side of the ball. We have called out a couple of names, it seems like, pretty regularly. We could start with Tyson Johnson. We can also move to Chaz Sorensen. I know that Bo Stilson has also played a factor on the defensive side of the ball, right? These are kids that Emery had to really rely on over the last couple of weeks. They have been good, and again tonight, they're going to have to be spectacular.
You're going to have to be very good up front, and you're going to have to be extremely disciplined in the secondary, because this team's going to take chances down the field. They've got athletes on the outside. They've got speed. So as corners and safeties, you can't overplay. You got to take good angles. And for the defense, they got to come up with some turnovers.
We are about 20 minutes away from kickoff. Emery at home tonight, taking on the Canyon View Falcons. It's one of the last games before we move into region play. Let's see if the Spartans can build some momentum. Emery right now ranked number 5 in the RPI, the first RPI that's been released for the 2A classification. We'll talk about that a little bit later on as well. Plus, our interview with head coach John Famalo is straight ahead. It's Emery High School football, and it's here on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. Also coming to you on YouTube. Just type in Castle Country Radio Emery. It'll pop right up. And also, always a pleasure to be along with you on the KSL Sports app. More coming up on the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show when we return.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
You're looking for somewhere you could be proud to work. Komatsu is looking for you. Komatsu is a leading manufacturer of construction, mining, forestry, and industrial heavy equipment. Komatsu currently has openings for seasoned welders, journeyman electricians, and MSHA certified electricians, as well as master machinists. At Komatsu, not only will your skills be rewarded with competitive wages, but you'll also enjoy benefits like a robust 401k plan. Grow with Komatsu. Go to komatsu.com or call Tanner at 636-6150.
The more things change,
the more they stay the same.
yes, Mr. Automotive has a new building in Huntington.
But that just means the services they offer just got better.
Detailing and mechanic work are being added to the already great service Mr. Automotive had already offered.
And all deals are still done with the owner at the lowest prices possible.
New building, same best prices, and more auto services. Go to MrAutomotiveSales.com or stop by the dealership, 21 South Main, Huntington. Mr. Automotive, the best for less.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main in Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
At Oliver Law, we specialize in criminal defense and DUI. Everyone needs to know their rights. Let us guide you through the criminal justice minefield. At Oliver Law, we still believe in innocent until proven guilty.
In the heart of Carbon and Emery counties, Quick Realty is here to help you make the right move. Experience the future of home buying with our Matterport 3D tours, giving you an immersive look at your potential home from anywhere. Meet our dedicated team of local professionals, just real people who care, walking you through every step of the way. As a Zillow Premier and Realtor.com specialist, Quick Realty is your trusted expert, handling everything from residential, commercial, and mountain properties to property management. Your dream home is just a call away. Let Quick Realty help you find it.
At San Rafael Health, they believe everyone deserves compassionate and dedicated care. Whether you're looking for a place for mom, dad, or any loved one, the doors are open. San Rafael Health accepts private pay, Medicaid, Medicare, and commercial insurance, ensuring quality health care is accessible for all. Let the family at San Rafael Health take care of your family. Call today at 384-2301 and let San Rafael Health provide the care your loved ones deserve.
Transform your space with Spectrum Paint featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
Picture this. A sudden burst pipe, flames engulfing your kitchen. Disaster strikes when you least expect it. But fear not, because Restore Wizard of Price is here to save the day. Their team of restoration experts is ready to tackle any fire or flood emergency from start to finish. They're not just here to fix the damage, they're here to restore your peace of mind. Don't let disaster catch you off guard. Call Restore Wizard of Price, 637-9165. Restore Wizard, the magic of a fresh start.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
The Spartans play here.
This is Jaden Atwood, number 15. Miles Warrenson, number 52.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Welcome back into the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show here on 107.3 FM and 750 AM. We are counting down the minutes to kick off. Emery tonight playing host to the Canyon View Falcons. And in preparation for tonight's game, we had the opportunity to catch up with head coach John Famalo for his weekly interview. Every Wednesday, he joins me on KOAL's Drive Time Sports. It's around 4:15 on 107.3 FM and 750 AM. It's Coach John Famalo's time on the show where we get a recap last week and also talk about tonight's game. If you missed it, here's that interview in its entirety, gearing up for tonight's game against Canyon View.
Coach, it's always a pleasure. Thank you.
Hey, appreciate you having me on, Jordan.
Yeah, definitely, Coach. We can start by talking about last Friday's game, and I know that's definitely not the outcome anyone really anticipated. I thought it would be a good gauge game, right, when you take a look at Union. I know there's a lot of history there, and we knew that they were going to be really a run-dominant team, and that's exactly what happened as they picked up the 40-7 win.
Yeah, I mean, we knew what to expect, and they just did a really good job being a lot more physical than us. They had some hard runners, kids that really finished off runs. I feel like the second half we did a better job adjusting. We moved some kids around, put some kids in some spots, but we just couldn't get them on the ground in less than 5 yards. And so, that's not a good recipe for a win, and it was a good recipe for them. And, they had one thing in mind, and they did it. And, I wish we could have stopped it a little better than we did, but unfortunately, hopefully it's a learning lesson for these kids. This game's played within 12 inches. You can play it on your toes or you can play it on your heels. When you're on your heels, and that's where we were at, it makes for a long night. You play on your toes and you're aggressive and you bring it to them, that's a different story, and we just could never get on our toes.
I felt like the first quarter was just it was kind of a disaster, and you and I have talked about offensively, really getting off to a slow start. The first offensive drive was less than ideal. I go back, Coach, to my thoughts from the booth in this game, and it's in the second quarter, and it's 12-0, and I'm thinking, man, this has been completely one-sided. There's been a lot of out-of-character mistakes by our team, and it's a two-score game. Did you have that thought in the second quarter?
Oh, it's exactly what I was thinking. I mean, if we wouldn't have given up that one right before half, if you go down that, 16, 18, what we were down, it's a big boost. Like I say, we were within two scores there, and we just couldn't get anything generated offensively. They ate a lot of clock and a lot of long drives. When we did get off the field, like I say, our drives were short and, not very productive. And so, yeah, like I say, it's nice to be able to say, okay, maybe you got a chance there. As bad as it was, the way we started, that is as a coach, you're looking at that like, hey, can it get any worse? And Unfortunately, it did, and we gave up a couple more scores with some turnovers, and that was the difference.
As far as positives go, Coach, and you mentioned a lot of short drives offensively, but there were times in this game where on the ground we saw Traxton Conover do some really good things. And I thought, based off of the situation, based off of what we know from this Union team, it might have actually been Traxton's most productive game on the ground.
Yeah, I think he averaged over 5 yards a carry. I thought we ran the ball well. Like I say, they took away a little bit of outside game or quick screens on the outside. They ran man pressed up there, so that opened up the middle. And when we got that, we ran the ball well. But situations made it as such we couldn't do that as much. And but like you say, I thought it was certainly a positive to see him run well and see the offensive line be able to block as well as they did on running.
I know last week we did talk about winning the turnover battle, right? So crucial against a team like Union. Unfortunately, that was not the case, and it seemed like those turnovers kind of popped up at the worst time. I don't think there's an ideal time for a turnover, but it seemed like they popped up at literally the worst of times.
Yeah, it seemed like every time we got a stop, and we got the ball back, that's when those turnovers happen, and so that's just a momentum swing. You hopefully get it with a team like that. If you can get stops and get them to punt the ball and you get it, you got to take advantage of that. And unfortunately, we just had some bad turnovers, and I say they took advantage of it.
Again, right now we're being joined by Coach John Famalo of the Emery Spartan football team. Coach, lastly, before we move on from this Union game, and you talk to the kids at the end, I mean, obviously it's a bad night. It's not the outcome that you want on the road, but how quick are they to recover from something like this? And what's been your mindset as a coach to try to get the team back on the right track following what could be a pretty deflating loss?
For me, it's we've had a tough preseason. We played some really good teams, and the expectations were high for this team coming in, and so to see us, with 1-3 at this point is disappointing. But at the same time, I look at the remainder of our schedule and into region. There's still a ton to play for, and so that's what I'm looking at. We can look backwards as bad as we played, but I think if we look forward, if we can get some things, we've done some good things in each one of these games. Somehow we got to put a lot of those goods together to make a really good game, to be able to, like you say, hopefully capitalize and finish this second half of the season, because there's a ton to be played for still, and position-wise, as far as playoffs looking forward and region play, that you're still going to have a chance. And so that's what the kids' mentality. It's, yeah, you're getting beat up early, but if you hang in there and we continue to stick with it, continue to grind, hopefully at the end of the day, it's all going to pay off if you continue to keep after it.
I think a perfect example as to how difficult the non-region schedule has been for this team. When you take a look at opponents' winning percentage, it ranks number 2 in the entire 2A classification.
Yeah, we played some really good teams from 1A to 3A, and so that was part of the reason of the scheduling is hopefully you got a pretty good strength of schedule that when you get into your region play that you're prepared for region, and it puts you in a pretty good spot if you end up dropping one here or there. But they say it's been a tough schedule for sure, and I think some people are wondering why did I, but I'm hoping at the end of the day it's going to make us better.
Coach, when you look at the 2A classification as it sits right now, and for those who are unaware, the first RPI comes out, Emery being number 5, there's really only 2 teams. There is only 2 teams in the entire classification that have won more than 2 games at this stage in the year, and I think that speaks volumes to where you could still get. I think that falls right in line with what you were talking about a moment ago and saying there's still a lot to play for.
Yeah, they say it's one of those things where, there's some really strong teams at the top of 2A and not such good teams at the bottom. And so we're kind of sitting in that middle. And, to be able to get to that top, if we can knock off some of those lowers and hopefully knock off some of those teams above us, it's a good opportunity for us to position ourselves to, hopefully, be a very good seed in the playoffs. And so, like you say, that's what I'm looking forward to and looking at, and not looking past, this game ahead, because I think every game is important. Every time you can get a win, every time you can get these kids to get better as a team, I think that's what I'm looking for. But I'm, again, stressing the importance of not being so discouraged, but being more encouraged of what's ahead and what we can do and what we can still accomplish.
Let's talk about Canyon View, because now, again, I mean, it just falls right in line with what we've seen throughout the year, a very difficult non-region schedule, and it's not a team that we have been completely unfamiliar with. I know you go back over the years, there's been a lot of Emery and Canyon View matchups, and it has traditionally been a pretty tough outing. Right, when you look at this physical team from Cedar City, they enter at 3-2, and they're fresh off of a loss to North St. Pete. It was a game that they had in control, but gave up 17 points over the final 12 minutes of that game. And so I think that we have seen that this is a good football team, but I think there's some vulnerability there as well.
Yeah, I think so. Watching them, and they have some holes in their game just like everybody else, but they're a really physical team. They run the ball really well, and that defensively, that's been a little bit of our kryptonite, and so hopefully we can figure that out. But I think if we can get some opportunities to be able to hopefully get some stops and get ourselves off the field offensively, we can get some things put together, and hopefully, playing at home, that's always a good thing. Get some confidence that way in our kids, and a little bit more ball control probably this week, and see if we can take a little bit more clock and give ourselves an opportunity to win, because I think this is certainly a winnable game for us. And even though they're a really good competitor, they're a really good team, I think we got a chance.
Coach, just looking at what we will have on the field this week, and I know we never want to go too deep into injuries, but there have been a couple of injuries that will change some personnel out there on the field, specifically on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know, how much you want to talk about what that's going to look like, or how you guys have had a change within this game plan, but there will be some noticeable differences on Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, we've got some injuries just like every other team, and so again, we're scrambling to shuffle kids here and there, and it's probably not going to be what you see traditionally from us. And so at the end of the day, we're trying to put a good game plan together to be able to win this ball game and put kids in positions to be successful. And so, it's not always the easiest thing when you're moving kids in different positions, but that's been probably one of the nice things this week in practice is kids have stepped up and said, yeah, hey, it's an opportunity to be able to show what I can do at a varsity level. And so, I'm looking forward to see what they can do. And I think they're excited about that opportunity. That's what you hope. And they're not scared about the situation, but more looking forward to the opportunity to be able to perform and do something well at home.
I know that it's never fun, right, when you get you have to deal with a situation like this. But when you talk about the kids being excited and getting an opportunity to maybe succeed in a position that you never envisioned that they would be in going to a game, there's got to be some sort of thrill one way or another in prepping for that, right, and trying to figure out a way, how do we execute this properly with this kid and this skill set that maybe you just never really thought about?
Yeah, I mean, it is. That's part of coaching. I mean, it'd be nice to have the depth that, 3 or 4 kids deep, in some of those schools that you have that. But I think you really earn your stripes as a coach when you work at these small schools, because it's something that you deal on a daily basis of, okay, hey, where do we go to next? Who are we looking at next to be able to put in these situations? So, again, that's part of coaching and something I do enjoy, like you said. It's throws a wrinkle in and makes you really, think about, hey, what can we do and what can we capitalize with what the assets we have.
Coach, it's always a pleasure to get you on. I, again, appreciate you taking out the time, and we'll see you at the game on Friday. Haven't had too many of these home games, so I know that
they're few and far between. We didn't have a great schedule this year for home, but we'll do the best we can. I mean, we got one home win, and so we'll keep that. Hopefully, work on trying to keep that home streak alive here. It's a great place to play, great venue, and I'm looking forward to this game.
Thanks a lot, Coach. We'll see you on Friday.
Hey, thanks, Jordan.
Again, that was Emery High School football coach John Famalo talking about tonight's game as Emery gets set to take on the Canyon View Falcons. Travis, final preparation before we take our last break ahead of kickoff. You look at this Canyon View team, and Coach Famalo was talking about the defensive aspect of this game. You got a couple of kids with Ryder Miller and Jace Floyd. I mean, these kids are kind of the do-it-all types that can break big plays. This Canyon View team is known to score quick, score in a hurry. They can put up loads of points as well. As far as where they sit so far this season, I mean, they beat Carbon 42-6. They beat Malapa Valley 35-21. They beat Jordan High School 35-3. In the games in which they have lost, they have really been minimized offensively in those games. They scored 13 points against Dixie. They scored 14 points against North St. Pete. That's when this Canyon View team has really struggled. Can you put the clamps on and not give up the big plays against this offensive unit?
That's the thing. If you limit the big plays, make them try to beat you underneath, you have a chance. Defensively, though, you're going to have to come up with a couple turnovers. You can't allow the big play. If they get a couple of those big plays, that's where they really get their momentum and that spark. So limit the big plays, and you should be able to contain them just enough. And then effectively for Emery, they've got to shorten the game, but that starts with running the football.
Running the football, which is what I would expect tonight with Bo Stilson making his debut as a quarterback of this roster. You know, that's the thing about high school sports. Think about sports in general. You never know what's going to happen. You have to be ready when your number is called, right? That's the way this game works. There's no question that Bo Stilson is a gamer, and we'll see what he has in store at the quarterback position tonight. We are about 3 minutes away from kickoff right now. The coin flip taking place at the 50-yard line. It is the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show, and it's here on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. Landon's Diesel Service, a longtime supporter of Emery High School athletics here on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. We always appreciate the support. They've been bringing the pregame show for well over a decade now here at Emery High School. So as we get a little bit closer to kickoff, we're going to send it back to the studio for just a moment. When we return, we'll get you set. Flannel Logistics. It's Emery High School football. We are live from Emery High at home against the Canyon View Falcons when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
Looking for the perfect mattress? We've got you covered. At Bill's Home Furnishings, we have the largest selection of mattresses in eastern Utah, including the highly rated Serta Perfect Sleeper. And when it comes to price, we're competitive with anywhere in the state. But we're more than just mattresses. From quality furniture and home accessories to reliable appliances, we've got everything you need to make your house a home. Stop by Bill's Home Furnishings today, where selection, savings, and service meet. Right here in eastern Utah.
Looking for financial solutions? At Cache Valley Bank, they're here to help. Whether you need commercial loans, mortgages, or expert financial advising, they've got you covered. Visit them today on the corner of First West and Main Street. Cache Valley Bank, your partner in financial success.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Plumbing issues don't happen every day, but when they do, it's good to know that there's a plumber you can trust right here in the Castle Country. The Swell Plumber has over 30 years of experience and has proven that he's reliable. Here's what some customers have said about the Swell Plumber.
Kurt was amazing. He came out to the house the same day and got quotes to us very quickly.
Kurt kept in touch with us with updates as things progressed. I was definitely pleased.
For residential and commercial plumbing, go to theswellplumber.com and book your appointment today.
When your comfort is on the line, trust the experts who care. At Air Temp Heating and Cooling, we've been dedicated to keeping Castle Country cozy since 1999. Our certified technicians are ready with 24/7 emergency service and the latest knowledge in heating and cooling technology. As a proud Bryant authorized dealer, we'll do whatever it takes to ensure your home or business stays comfortable year-round. Call Air Temp Heating and Cooling today at 637-4468.
Emery High School football on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
We are just about set for kickoff here at Emery High School. Canyon View won the coin flip. They deferred, so we will get a look at Emery and Bo Stilson immediately to start this game. The officials for tonight's contest, the referee will be Ben Wolford. The umpire will be Jared Tatton. The head linesman will be Daniel Hughley. We'll get the line judges Jimmy Parker, and the back judge will be Jordan Blank. I want to give a shout out to the referees. Most thankful job in America, as I like to call it, out here tonight to help bring us some high school football. The lights are on, and we are just about set for kickoff. Emery comes out tonight wearing all black. They got the black jerseys, the black pants, the black helmets. Canyon View looking sharp. They have the powder blue helmets with the white jerseys and the powder blue bottoms. They will tee it up at the 40-yard line, 2 back deep to return for Emery, one being one of our X factors that we talked about during pregame in Cray Leroy.
Yeah, Jordan, I think it's a good thing to get Stilton out there right off the bat, not waiting around for a possession. So he's going to get his first crack here after the kickoff.
Ball teed up at the 40, and we are underway here at Emery High School. End over end kick. It will move the opposite direction, and Garrett Conover will make the return. He gets the ball out past the 25-yard line, and Emery will set up shop at the 26. And so Garrett Conover on the opening kickoff takes it back 21 yards, and that's where Emery will set up for Bo Stilson. Travis, you wonder what the offense is going to look like. We talked about it with Coach Famalo during the pregame show. Well, it's obviously stressful, frustrating, right? Coach Famalo says that's what coaching is all about, trying to develop a game plan to fit your new quarterback who wears number 20. And he is out of the shotgun set. Empty backfield. 5 wide for Bo Stilson and a 4-man front for the Canyon View Falcons. 2 linebackers in the middle of the field. Bo, quick pass, gets it out to Conover. He climbs the ladder, comes down with it. And so the very first play of the game, Emery will take a gain of 8 as Bo Stilson finds Garrett Conover for 8 yards.
It's a safe play. It's a quick out and lets your speed do the rest on the outside. Now it's comfortable. First play is a pass play. He sees what the defense brings, and he completes it.
He's going to stick in the 5 wide. Hopefully this will give him some time with a 4-man rush. Stilson this time runs out of the Wildcat. First down and a bunch more. He gets past the 40-yard line up to the 42. I can call it the Wildcat, right? I know he's a quarterback, but that's kind of what the design setup is like.
You can call it Wildcat, and that's what it is. Design play, snap, pick up the first down, move the sticks.
He's got a gain of 4, I believe, on that game. And so now Emery will move the sticks. Fresh set of downs. Bo Stilson, 2 plays. First down, move the sticks.
It's all about ease in a minute, getting comfortable, and then going from there.
Takes the handoff to Conover. He's going to keep it himself. And Bo was tangled up at the ankles. That was a shoestring grab for Canyon View down low. Brexton Roundy, the senior, was able to get in and just get enough of the shoelace, and so no gain for Bo. It's 2nd down and 10.
That's a nice tackle. Getting downhill, like you said, not allowing any yards after the run, and stops him right in his tracks to make it 2nd down.
So 14 yards for Emery's offense. Much better start than last week. The opening drive was a disaster against the Union Cougars. This one starts off with a little bit more promise. Here's Bo. He's going to run it up the middle. Bo's got a big pickup. He is on to Canyon View side of the field, and I believe he did get enough for the first down. That would be a gain of 10 and enough to move the sticks. They give it to him. Bo Stilson has 15 yards on 3 carries.
Just follow your lead blockers, get right behind him, and that's what he does, and picks up the first down on 2nd and 10.
Love talking to Coach Famalo. He said, well, we'll put Bo in at quarterback and let Bo do both things. And so far, that is what we have seen. 1st and 10, Emery marching on Canyon View side of the field. Bo out of the shotgun said he's got one man in the backfield with him. It's Conover. Handoff. This will be Traxton's first carry, and it is a good one. He takes it from the 48-yard line, gets it to the 44 for a gain of 4. Ahead of the sticks on first down. Exactly what Emery wants to do. Traxton Conover on the carry.
Yeah, right now Canyon View just defensively, they know it's coming. And it's similar to last week where Emery knew what Union was going to do, and they just can't stop it.
Out of the shotgun on 2nd down and 6. Stilson, nearly a mishandle on the exchange to Conover. But Traxton was able to secure the ball. He gets it up now to the 41-yard line. A decent carry will set up a 3rd and 2. About 2.5 for Emery. They're going to say, we'll say 3rd and 3. So a gain of 3 that time for Traxton. So he's got 7 yards on 2 attempts. Traxton found some running room last week against Union. And again, there were not a ton of positives in that game. But Traxton, the senior, was one of them. He's going to take the handoff again on 3rd down, lowers his shoulder. He gets past the line of scrimmage up to the 40-yard line. He is about 2 yards shy, picked up a gain of 1, and so it is 4th and 2. So immediately, Emery is going to have to think this one over. And I think they'll go for it, Travis. I think they'll play aggressive.
Yeah, he tried to stretch it to the outside. If he just cuts back to the inside, he picks up the first down. But once he's tried to stretch to the outside, all the white jerseys were there. They stopped him, gain of 1, now 4th down and 2.
Jumbo formation here for the Spartans. I believe you tried the hard snap count. Nothing there. Handoff. It goes to Garrett Conover. He's got the first down. He gets shifty around the outside. A nice pickup of 5 yards, and that'll be enough to move the sticks.
Brexton Roundy for Canyon View. He bites to the inside. His responsibility is to stay outside, but he thinks the play's inside, so once he vacates the area to the outside, it leaves that gap. First down on 4th down.
So Garrett Conover that time getting involved in the action. Canyon View with an early opportunity to get Emery off of the field, but an end around to Garrett Conover is enough to move the sticks. If it's been Garrett or Traxton, Emery has found some success. A heavy dose of Bo as well. Another handoff. There's room to run. Now to the 30-yard line. Breakaway to the outside up to the 25-yard line, and that's Garrett Conover yet again. Really pushing this offense forward, gets inside the 30-yard line, and Garrett takes it to the 26 officially on a gain of 9.
Yeah, Preston Higgins for Canyon View comes over, makes the tackle, but Emery now getting into the second layer of that defense. That's always a nice sign, 9-yard gain.
2nd and 1 is a great spot to be for an offense that wants to stay on schedule. Up underneath center, it's Bo Stilson. This time, a little bit of confusion. Looked as if the timing was off on the play, and Canyon View was able to meet the ball carrier in the backfield. That go around, it was Traxton Conover, and Traxton lost 2 yards. It's 3rd down and 3 for Emery.
Now Brexton Roundy back in there from that position to make the tackle to slow it up for a loss of 2.
Emery with 2 plays to get 3 yards. It is 3rd down. Ball right now is placed at the 28-yard line. Bo Stilson will be the lone man out of the shotgun, 5 wide, 3 wideouts to the right, 2 to the left. Canyon View this time showing blitz. Bo's going to take it himself, wants to get to the outside edge. There is nothing there. Canyon View was able to sniff that one out immediately, and Bo was going to lose a couple of yards, and now we're looking at 4th down and 5 off of a loss of 2.
So you go from 2nd and 1, you lose 2 yards, and then you lose 2 yards again on 3rd down. This 4th down play a little bit longer than the prior one, 4th and 5. What do you do as an offense?
Well, it's definitely 4-down territory. Right here, you're looking at about a 47-yard field goal, a little bit out of the comfort zone of kicker Jaden Atwood. And so Bo Stilson will come out with 2 bodyguards in the backfield. Emery needing 5 yards to keep the promising drive alive. Canyon View is going to play aggressive. Hard snap count, no movement. Bo back to pass. Rolls out, he's under pressure. Throws, pass, caught, first down as Conover is able to dive forward. Garrett's able to get it. Flag down to the backfield at the 42-yard line. Maybe roughing the passer. Nope, they call holding against Emery. Really?
Yeah, it's a good call. As he's scrambling outside, he got a lot of the jersey.
Was hoping that would extend the drive, and all of a sudden Emery was looking at a 4th and 5 that turned into a 1st and 10. On a pass to Garrett Conover around the left side, and all of a sudden Emery's back at the 40, and they would have to get to the 25 for a first down. Special teams unit will come out.
Play worked. You picked up the first down, but with the hold, washes away any attempt for the drive to continue. Now you got to punt the football, so the promising drive comes to an end.
Jaden Atwood will come out to boot it away. He'll stand on Emery's 49-yard line, kicking left to right off of the radio dial. Helmet high snap, corrals it safely, gets an end-over-end punt inside the 10-yard line. It is returnable, and the Falcons will get it out to about the 15-yard line. Excellent special teams coverage by Emery. And so a lot of green in front of the Canyon View Falcons as they get set for their first offensive set. The positive with that Emery drive, did it result in points? No, it did not. It did, however, take nearly half the first quarter, and they managed to flip field.
That's what you have to do. You've got to shorten the game. They flipped the field position. That's a great punt. Got a lot of hang time. Doesn't allow the return. So now you pin them back deep.
First and 10 from about the 15-yard line. It looks as where they will officially spot it. And now can you limit the big plays from this Canyon View offense, defensively? That is going to be the big question here for Emery.
Yeah, you know they're going to take their shots when opportunity's there. And I wouldn't be shocked if they try to go deep on this first down possession to get out of the back of the shadows of the end zone.
Ryder Miller gives the handoff. It's Floyd out of the backfield, and there is a big chunk of change. He is into the secondary and finally brought down at the 33-yard line. So one carry, and Canyon View creates some space, and they're automatically able to flip field position. Emery had him pinned deep inside their own 20, and now all of a sudden, Travis, we go to the tempo offense with the ball on the ground. The Falcons get a good chunk of change on 1st and 10.
Defensively, nobody was in the area to make the tackle.
Falcons want to run. They do it again into the Emery secondary, and in 2 plays, they have already moved the ball to Emery's side of the field now with the 49-yard line. So if it's Jace Floyd or Camden Sheridan, 2 very capable runners coming out of the backfield for the Falcons, and now they have the ball at the Emery 49. Miller out of the shotgun. Gives it off into the backfield, picking his spot. Conover steps up, tries to strip the ball away. Gang tackle for Emery. But Camden Sheridan will run it on a minimal pickup of about 3 yards we'll give him. 2nd down and 7. Actually a friendly spot just shy of the 45-yard line, so it would be a gain of 3 to make it 2nd down and 7. Motion man coming, sets up trips left side. Another run, no, an RPO, and this time Emery's not fooled. Getting into the backfield on the initial hit, it was Gideon Meekum. And Giddy stops Ryder Miller in his tracks, and Canyon View is faced with a 3rd down. Emery halting the Canyon View momentum momentarily on a loss of 2 to set up 3rd and 9.
Ryder Miller had nowhere to go, and he is pinned right in his tracks to make this 3rd down and long. So Emery got to get off the field right now. You've got them right where you want them on 3rd and long.
3rd down and 9. Miller takes the snap, quick pass, finds a quick in, and this will go for a 1st down inside the Emery 40-yard line to the 37. That was simple pitch and catch football to move the sticks. Ishihara coming down with the reception, and it's now 1st and 10 with the ball at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, just too much space. And that little crossing route's wide open, and as soon as he catches it, he got the 1st down.
Another handoff, trying to work around the outside. Positive gain. Sheridan gets it inside the 30, breaking would-be tackles, and knocked out of bounds at the 22, 23-yard line officially. So the Falcons right now working with efficiency. This drive has taken nothing but about 1:13 to get all the way in red zone territory at the 23, a couple of yards shy of the red zone. It's 1st and 10.
2 missed tackles leads to a 1st down. You've got to tackle on the edge. You've got to make that initial stop.
Hand off again to Sheridan. He has a big hole. He's able to exploit for a nice pickup of roughly 4 yards. Gets to the 20-yard line. Depending on the spot, we'll give him 3 to make it 2nd and 7. Second time that Canyon View has been faced with a 2nd and 7 on this drive.
Yeah, the film doesn't lie. It shows, throughout the first couple of games of this season, Emery's a little bit soft with that run defense.
Man coming in motion left to right for the Falcons. Miller rolls out right side, throws on the run, incomplete. Terrific defense downfield for Emery. Jaden Atwood that time, able to jar that ball loose. Zach Main, the intended receiver, and Ryder Miller. His first pass ball is incomplete. It's looking at 3rd down and 7. So another opportunity for Emery to force a little bit of pressure for Canyon View.
Yeah, they got to get some pressure from the outside. Flush that quarterback. Can't allow him to be a stationary and just set and throw. They've got to get after him.
Miller, quick pass. Finds the flat spot in the zone and able to pick up good yardage enough for the first down to the Emery 12-yard line. That time he connects right across the middle of the field, and Atwood comes down with a tackle, but not before the Falcons move it 1st and 10.
Too much time in the pocket. He can pick his spot. He does. No pressure in the backfield. Hits his wide receiver for another 3rd down conversion.
Sheridan off of the handoff. Wants to go to the outside. He did pick up a good amount of yards on first down, a gain of 4.
Looked like a hold in the inside that Canyon even got away with.
Trying to go to the outside, right? Emery had great contain. You called it. A little handsy. 2nd down, and I believe they'll call it 2nd and 7. It's not a goal-to-go situation just yet. Miller goes back to Sheridan. It's close to the 5-yard line. Brought down just shy. Far side of the field, far side hash mark. Gideon Meekum steps up. They spot it at the 7-yard line. Giddy with another big tackle. It's 3rd down again. And Canyon View on this drive, 2 for 2 on 3rd downs. Emery's yet to force a 4th down attempt. 3 wideouts, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Hand off to Sheridan. Sheridan gets the first down, shy of the goal line, brought down at the 1, and it's 1st down and goal to go for the Falcons. As we hit the 3:28 mark in the first quarter, an efficient drive, looking as if it'll be 85 yards to cap off a touchdown for Canyon View if they can score on these next couple of plays.
That's just power football.
Hand off to Sheridan again, and this time he crosses the goal line with ease. And so the Falcons cap off the impressive drive. They go 85 yards in roughly 3 minutes to make it 6-0. Sheridan off the carry from 2 yards out and the score.
Power football, a couple 3rd down and long. They pick their spots correctly with their wide receivers on crossing routes. They pick up the first downs. They march down and score the first 6 of the game.
Out to attempt the point after. It's Jackson Beckstrom. Snap is good. Hold is good. And Beckstrom kicks a line driver right through the uprights to make it 7-0 Canyon View. Camden Sheridan finding pay dirt on an impressive drive, and the Falcons will take a 7-0 lead. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Emery will have their second offensive opportunity when we return.
When your comfort is on the line, trust the experts who care. At Air Temp Heating and Cooling, we've been dedicated to keeping Castle Country cozy since 1999. Our certified technicians are ready with 24/7 emergency service and the latest knowledge in heating and cooling technology. As a proud Bryant authorized dealer, we'll do whatever it takes to ensure your home or business stays comfortable year-round. Call Air Temp Heating and Cooling today at 637-4468.
The Spartans play here.
Hudson Grange, number 10, receiver.
Garrett Conover, number 23.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
7-0 Canyon View with a lead. Emery will get their second offensive set. Short kickoff. Conover will get his second return of the evening and gets it out to the 21-yard line. So similar field position for Emery. As we get to see this offense once again, and Travis, you go back to that first offensive set. Emery was threatening. It was an impressive drive, stalled out due to a hold. And if the hold was not called, Emery would have had a 1st and 10.
Did some good things on that drive. You talk about it with the Wildcat that they ran. The first one was a little quick throw to the outside. So we're going to see more. I think they got to do more of those quick outs, try to get the outside, try to soften this defense up, then take your shot to the middle of the field.
1st down and 10. Bo Stilson with the ball at his own 21-yard line, calls for a man in motion. Emery moving left to right, and we have a pre-snap penalty. And this should back Emery up.
Yeah, false start.
Doesn't make it any easier on a inexperienced quarterback, not a young quarterback, but an inexperienced quarterback. Got to limit those pre-snap penalties. Emery, in the first quarter, 2 penalties for 15 yards. And now it's 1st down and 15. Corbin Ward will come in motion left to right on the dial. That sets up trips right side. Looked like there was more movement up front. Stilson's going to air this out down the sideline, and there is a lot of contact. No flag. Pass is incomplete. I think the Emery the Emery coaching staff on the sidelines wanted a flag. They're not going to get it. Stilson that time tried to air it out to Garrett Conover, And while he was in the vicinity, excellent defensive coverage, incomplete pass at 2nd and 15.
Yeah, handsy like you talk about. Probably should have drawn a flag on that one. I think defensively got his hands a little bit too high, was holding the whole entire time. If he doesn't hold and pull him back a little bit, that's a catch, and that's probably a touchdown.
2nd down and 15 for Emery. Stilson. Shoulder high. He's going to try to run this to the outside. Great containment from Canyon View. Somehow Stilson gets away. He's got room to run and gets beyond the 30-yard line. I don't know how Bo managed that one. Takes it from the 16-yard line to get an Emery first down. There was nothing on the outside, Travis. Canyon View had that completely contained, and he goes from the 16 all the way to the 35 on a gain of 19.
No room to go. It looks like it's closed off, and then you look up, and he's bursting down the sidelines. Pick up the first down.
1st down and 10. 4-man front for Canyon View. Bo's going to keep it himself again, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Gang tackle by the Falcons. Maybe a yard on the play to set up 2nd down and 9.
So they tried to pull right there and get that offensive lineman to seal off the area where they wanted him to go, but that's a good job by Canyon View to fight through it and stop him and only allow 1 yard on that rush.
Chase Jacobson on the takedown for Canyon View. 2nd and 9. How many carries for Bo tonight? What do you think?
25.
He's got 6 already. 33 yards on the evening. 4-man down front for Canyon View. Bo takes the snap. He's going to try to go to the far side of the field once again, trying to get out of trouble, and he will stumble backwards for a loss of roughly 6. And so now it is 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 for Emery.
That's one where you know that you're going to be probably stopped. You just got to go down. You can't lose 5 or 6. You take the 1 or 2, but losing 5 and 6 then puts you down in 3rd and 15 is a tough spot for the offense to be in. Now you got to take your shot down the field.
Well, they've tried that once already on this drive.
And they probably should have got a call.
Possibly.
So go back to it now.
Possibly.
I think you have an opportunity on that side of the field to take your opportunity.
Trips right side here for Stilson. Low snap. Corrals rolls out. Flushed out of the pocket. Wants to go deep to the sideline. Dangerous throw, and it's intercepted. Intercepted at the 41-yard line. Tough throw. Back body. Climbing the ladder. Coming down with the interception is Canyon View, and the Falcons will take over at the Emery 41-yard line. Bo Stilson picked off on a 3rd throw of the evening.
Yeah, Stilson predetermined where he was going with the football. Even before the ball was snapped, he rolls out and he throws the ball. You've got to throw that one away. You know that that's not going to be a play that's going to be completed with the defense there. He doesn't get enough air to go out of bounds. It floats in the air. It's picked off.
Sheridan in the backfield as Ryder Miller will come back out for the Falcons. Takes the handoff to Sheridan. Miller takes it himself. 35 and close to the 30-yard line. Shoved out of bounds. Minute 21 left in the first quarter. Canyon View 7, Emery nothing. First drive was promising. Canyon View settles in a bit. They did give up one big play of 19 yards, but other than that, the defense was very disciplined. Gain of 9 on first down for Miller. And so it's 2nd down and 1. And Canyon View has made a living in 2 drives, staying ahead of the sticks. Hand off to Sheridan, left side, goes in between the tackles. He's into the Emery secondary, finally taken down at the 7-yard line. And now we're seeing the Falcons take over up front.
And we might see similar to what we saw a week ago where Canyon View doesn't attempt even a pass. So they're just going to run the football until Emery can make a stop. And there's no need for Canyon View to throw the ball. They're picking up 7, 8, 9 yards a carry.
Shotgun set. Handoff, outside, Sheridan, touchdown. Flags come flying in all over the place. We'll see if the touchdown will stand. If it does, it's a 7-yard run for Sheridan. But I believe we have a holding against Canyon View.
That's silly. Canyon View had no reason to hold it. He walked right in, and now you take a touchdown off the board. And look where the flag's sitting. 12-yard line.
There are flags all over.
Ugh.
Easy call to make with 59 seconds left here in the quarter. We have a timeout taken by Canyon View. We're going to take it as well. Score right now, 7-0. Canyon View with the lead over the Emery Spartans. 59 seconds left in the first quarter when we return.
Discover peace of mind with Don's Hometown Insurance, now even closer to home at their new location, 58 West Main Street in Price. Connect directly with friendly agents ready to tailor a package just for you. Imagine bundling your home, auto, and life insurance, simplifying your life while maximizing your savings. Experience personalized service designed to protect what matters most to you. Visit Don's Hometown Insurance today and feel the difference.
The Spartans play here.
Tyson Grange, number 10, receiver.
Garrett Conover, number 23.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Out of the timeout, it is first down and goal to go for the Canyon View Falcons. Had the holding penalty that backs him up to the 17-yard line.
Take 6 off the board. Now the defense has a chance to get him off the field.
Sheridan was met in the backfield. Garrett Conover read that perfectly. And they'll mark it off as a loss of 1. Second and goal from the 18-yard line. So the Emery defense trying to keep the Falcons out of the end zone, take advantage of the penalty. And second down and long, this is definitely a huge play if the Emery defense can hunker down. Snap, pass. Miller wants to go left, and now he's going to reverse field, and he's got daylight. He's got to get by one would-be tackler. He does. Conover trying to run him down from behind, and he is shoved out of bounds at the 2-yard line. I don't believe they're going to give him a touchdown, although Canyon View was hoping for the call. I believe he was shoved out at about the 2-yard line. But that is all ad-lib, and that is outstanding football by Ryder Miller, the quarterback, who picks his spot and takes it all the way down to the 2-yard line on a broken play.
You said it, Ryder Miller, broken play, does what athletes do, make plays.
Quarterback keeper, he'll take it himself, and he dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Canyon View. With 8 seconds to play in the first quarter, the Falcons have taken a 13-0 lead. It was an ad-lib play by quarterback Ryder Miller, and you got to reward him. Let him finish it off with a quarterback keeper. He scores from 2 yards out.
Emery played great defense, but Ryder Miller just makes a better offensive play. You said it, ad-lib, 2 plays into the end zone after the penalty.
PAT for Jackson Beckstrom. Clean hold, clean snap, and the kick is good. 14-0 Canyon View with 8 seconds to play in the first quarter. Travis, we'll keep it here. Feels like it's an extremely important drive for Emery on their third attempt of the evening.
Now, this third drive's the biggest drive of the game so far, down 14-0. Got to figure out a way to get into the end zone and slice that lead in half. You don't want to come up short, give them a short field, and let them go down the field and be up 21-0. Just got to limit the penalties on the offensive end. Canyon View had the one penalty. You're like, all right, defensively, we're going to get a stop. We're going to get the ball back. And give credit to Miller. Just made a play.
Yep. Well, Canyon View making Emery pay, but they're doing it with domination in the trenches. Third kickoff return for Conover. Returns this one at the 5. Gets it out to the 15-yard line around the end. 20, 25, 30. Conover, room to run past the 30. And he will give Emery good field position as we prepare to start this second quarter. It looks like we will get one more playoff here in the first. But Conover with a nice 26-yard return to set up Emery in their best field position. Matter of fact, Travis will give him 29.
Yeah, ball came loose. He just rolled back on top of it. Final play of this first quarter, down 14-0. So going into the second quarter, some work to do offensively.
Stilson back out at quarterback. Morris the near wideout. In the slot is Cray Leroy. Corbin Ward on the far side. 2 in the backfield for Stilson. 14-0 Canyon View. Handoff. This will go for positive yardage. Flag comes out.
I think it's a face mask. I think he got his hands up around the face mask.
Traxton Conover would have a run of 3 yards. See if it's a hold or if it's a face mask to close out this quarter.
I think it's going to be a personal foul. Face mask. From what I saw, there was a lot of face mask.
It is a personal foul face mask. Very well officiated quarter of football here at Emery High School.
That was an easy call.
So tack that on to the 3-yard run. Emery will have the ball on Canyon View side of the field. The score 14-0 at the end of 1 here on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emery, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
The Spartans play here.
Hudson Grange, number 10, receiver.
Garrett Conover, number 23.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Second quarter about to get underway. Low snap, handoff. This will go for positive yardage, a fumble. And I believe that Conover, well, he fumbled the football, but he was in the open field and was able to hop back on it. So a nice gain for Emery. Will take a first down out of it, and they avoid disaster getting it to the 37-yard line on a gain of 12.
Yep, fumbles the ball off the turf back into his hands, falls back on top of it. First down.
Emery on Canyon View side of the field and a drive that feels like I gotta have it. Stilson on the handoff, goes back to Conover. He has been a workhorse tonight, gets inside the 35-yard line and up to the 33. So a gain of 4. He's got 25 yards now on 7 carries.
It's a nice run by Conover. Let's see if we can go back to it. I think there's some opportunities with that offensive line now. Pushing back the defensive line. You're seeing 4, 5, 6-yard runs now.
Ward will line up outside for Emery in the slot again. It's Leroy here on the left side. Atwood is on the far right. Stilson's going to keep it himself, and he is met in the backfield. Canyon View running a spy, and boom, that was an excellent takedown in the open field. Loss of 1. So now Emery looking at 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, they run the spy. They know exactly where that ball's going. It's going to be that fake handoff quarterback take. And with the spy there, all he has to do is make the tackle right in the soft spot in the center of the defense. He does. It's 3rd and 7.
To see the number from my view, I want to say it was Case and Duff, but I'm not 100% sure on the takedown. Regardless, it was an excellent defensive play. 3rd down. Handoff. Conover trying to kick it to the outside. This time it's Garrett, and he maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. No, they'll say he lost 2.
It's tough. So when you lose a couple yards and then you try to stretch to get those yards back and then you lose another yard and you put yourself 4th down and long, everything's so positive. You're go, 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 and you're like, all right, we've got something going. And then in a blink of an eye, they stop you twice and the drive comes to a halt.
Emery right now is at the 36-yard line. They need to get to the 27. 4th down and 9. Stilson will roll out right side, and there is nowhere for him to go. He has to throw it just to get rid of it. It's an incomplete pass and a turnover on downs. That's the way that promising drive comes to an end. Again, Emery able to move the football, but cannot capitalize.
Defensively, give credit to Canyon View. They are not going to allow him to roll out of the pocket and get to the sideline and make a throw. And that corner does a good job, and he just follows him right to the tracks and pushes him out of bounds. It's incomplete. It's a turnover on downs.
1st down and 10 now for Canyon View. They take over on their own 36-yard line. Falcons moving left to right off of the radio dial. They'll start with the ball on the far side hash mark. They've had 2 drives, and both drives have ended with touchdowns. This time, Canyon View will run trips right side, 1 wide out to the left. Miller takes the snap. He's going to throw. He's going to test the waters. finds a little island, passes incomplete, intended for Zach Main. Emery had a couple lurking. Illichek along with Craig Leroy and Gideon Meekum falling back from the middle linebacker spot into coverage. Incomplete pass at 2nd and 10.
Yeah, first mistake from the quarterback tonight for Canyon View. Just overshot his wide receiver who sat down right where he needed to be in the soft spot of the defense. Would have been a first down and more. Instead, it's incomplete.
36-yard line for Canyon View on their own side of the field. 9:36 to play in the first half. It's 14-0. Falcons with a lead over Emery. Hand off to Sheridan. There's a gap. He cuts it back up into the Emery secondary, and now he's on to the Spartans side of the field and brought down to the 42-yard line. So another big run coming out of the backfield, as we have seen a whole bunch of Camden Sheridan tonight.
Yeah, Jaden Atwood saves the touchdown with the tackle. Picking 2nd down and 10. Sheridan just a workhorse.
1st and 10 Falcons with the ball now with the Emery 42-yard line on their third offensive possession of what was a fast first quarter. But right now, 9:25 and counting in the second. And the Falcons are in business yet again. Back to pass. Miller wants it all. Has a man open. Incomplete. Well, he tried to work that down the sideline, and he had a man open. Overshot him. Outside of the hash marks, outside of the numbers. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. So what the Falcons have done, they've tried to stretch the field a little bit, Travis, keep the Emery defense honest. I think that, honestly, it's just Coach Miller knowing that at this point in time, they have control up front. You can test the waters deep because 2nd and 10 should not be a problem for a team averaging about 7 yards per whack on the ground.
Overshot him Leffler right there, stride for stride.
Hand off to Sheridan on 1st and 10, and Sheridan gets it inside the 35-yard line down to the 34. So a big pickup of 7. Actually, a gain of 8, so it's 3rd down and 2, rather. Canyon View is yet to face a 4th down attempt in this ball game.
Everything that they've been 3rd down has been 3rd down in less than 5.
3rd down. Miller this time will keep it himself. He's got room to run. 25-yard line and brought down at the 20. And again, it's the Emery secondary coming up with a takedown. Actually dropping back that go-around was Garrett Conover. He made the tackle at about the 18-yard line.
Yeah, this is the problem a week ago. The secondary making a lot of tackles, and that's never a good thing.
Spotted at the 19 officially. So another red zone visit for Canyon View. And while Emery has given up the big plays that have gone for touchdowns, Canyon View has been methodical, picking up a good 7-8 yards per whack per play in their 3rd trip to the Emery red zone.
Yeah, just running inside the numbers, nothing special.
8 minutes and 8 seconds to play in the first half, and we have some movement. And we also have a new look at quarterback for Canyon View. A false start, so a penalty that'll work against the Falcons, back them up 5 yards. First and 15 for Canyon View. Quick pass, Main hauls it in, 25-yard line, gets it to the 25 and brought down at the 19. Owen Williams, the quarterback for Canyon View, comes in for a play. He's going to make a throw, and I believe he'll go back to the sidelines. Canyon View is going to try to work some different options in, and Ryder Miller will come back out onto the field.
Zach Main gets back to the line of scrimmage after the penalty. The original line, yeah.
Yep. 2nd down and 10 from the 19-yard line.
Pass
wide open, left side, touchdown Canyon View. That was a really odd play that Emery was not prepared for at all. And just like that, it's 20-0 Canyon View. Emery was just caught looking.
Some miscommunication in the back. Not sure who was supposed to be the outside to cover. You have two guys looking at one another saying, I thought you had it. And then he says, I thought you had it. Instead, nobody has it. And that's a wide open, the easiest touchdown Canyon View is going to have all season long.
Comes with 7:20 to play in the first half. PAT from Beckstrom. Hold is down, the kick is up, and it is good. So Miller now 2 touchdowns on the evening, 1 running, 1 throwing. And just like that, 21-0. Canyon View with the lead over Emery. We'll send it back to the studio. Spartan Ball when we return on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Hey there, food lovers. It's Bill Hicks from Farlano's Cafe, your new favorite spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether you're craving a hearty omelet, a fresh salad, our golden curly fries, or our mouth-watering pastas, we've got you covered. And we're open 7 days a week. So come on down to Farlano's Cafe, where every meal is a celebration. Remember, it's where the locals eat. Visit us at Farlano's, where great food and great company come together. See you soon.
Emery High School football on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Old Canyon View right now, 21-0. As Will Little came down with the touchdown grab moments ago for Canyon View. It's Emery ball. This time, Leroy is going to return it, gets it to the 20. He's got room to run. He is down the sidelines and taken out at the 46-yard line, and a late flag comes out. You always look for the late flag at a big return, right?
Yeah, because more than not, the flag's going to come out.
Sideline infraction, contact with a coach. Now, oddly enough, we have seen this in the college game. I think more over the last season and 5 weeks than I've seen in my entire life of watching football, and we just saw it here at the high school. I don't know if I've seen that before, but apparently there was contact, and the Emery sideline a little bit confused as to where the contact was made, but that backs Emery up to the 32-yard line, and it negates one heck of a return by Craig Leroy. Not terrible field position.
That wipes away what was a positive return with the infraction. I don't believe I've ever saw that.
Not in high school.
No.
I've seen it in college.
College,
now.
not at this level.
Yeah.
Not in the 15 years you and I have been up here. This level.
Ward will go in motion left to right for Emery. Again, they have the ball in their own 32. Stilson is under pressure. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to try to keep it himself and has to step out of bounds. So he'll lose some yardage. He goes back to the 28-yard line. Loss of 4. So there's been some big gains for Bo, but his last 3 carries have gone for negative yardage. 9 carries for 22 yards. Second down and 14. 5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. 7:02 to play in the half. Stilson takes the snap. Quick pass. Gets it out to Leroy. Cray trying to get outside of the numbers, and there's that speed once again. Brought down just shy of the 40-yard line of the 39.
I think that's where you're going to have success with those quick outs. I don't think you go north and south against this team. You've got to keep everything inside the hashes and then utilize those quick out with your wide receivers.
That's Cray's first reception. He picks up 11 yards. Well, actually 9 yards. They spot him down a little ways back. Must have stepped out of bounds. So now we're looking at 3rd and 5 for Emery. Stilson out of the shotgun, trips left side this go around, takes a snap. Emery sees it as 4-down territory on the ground, and Conover will have a nice carry past the 45-yard line up to the 47. He is a little slow to get up.
He took a pop.
He did. So Conover will move the sticks. He's got 33 yards rushing on the evening as Emery is near midfield, trailing 21-0 with 6.5 to play in the second quarter. Stilson out of the shotgun, 3 wideouts right side, 1 to the left. Stilson, quick pass again. Gets it out to Leroy. Cray past the 50. Well, right as I said that, I pushed back just shy of the 50, rather. So a gain of 2 yards. It'll set up 2nd down and 8. Midway through the second quarter, 21-0 Canyon View with the lead. Emery has had some success. They haven't been quick 3-and-outs. But now it's just trying to capitalize and put one in the end zone.
Penalties have wiped away positive drives.
It's hurt. It has hurt. And we have a pre-snap penalty.
That's on Emery. So we talk about the penalties.
So 2nd and 8, now 2nd and 13.
Just leaning a little bit out of the stance up front with the anticipation of the play.
Emery's got to get to Canyon View's 43. The ball right now was placed on their own 44. Got a couple of plays to do so. 5:42 to play in the first half. Barring a big loss on 2nd down, I believe it would be 4-down territory.
Should be, yeah.
Game not completely out of reach, though. Canyon View showing no signs of letting up on the offensive side of the ball. Emery's offense has done enough to allow just 3 offensive possessions so far here in the first half, and we have stoppage. I believe Emery will take a timeout. They will. 5:42 to play in the first half. 21-0. Canyon View with the lead. Emery with the ball right now on their own 44-yard line when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Discover the strength and beauty of Flawless Sheeting's metal siding and roofing solutions. Designed to endure and crafted to conserve energy, the products offered by Flawless Sheeting ensure your home not only looks good, but feels good too. Plus, they come with a 40-year warranty. Enjoy superior durability and enhanced comfort year-round with new roofing from Flawless Sheeting. Ready to upgrade? Call Flawless Sheeting at 636-7300 and elevate the way you live.
The Spartans play here.
This is Jaden Atwood, number 15. Miles Warrenson, number 52.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Out of the timeout, it's 2nd down and 13 for Emery. They trail Canyon View 21-0. 5:42 to play in the first half. Stilson is out of the shotgun set. Bo with the clap snap. Quick pass, gets it to the outside. And positive gain, trying to see where they spot this ball officially. Jaden Atwood was on the reception for Emery.
46?
But he got a little bit closer to the 50-yard line. They say no.
Yeah, I thought so too.
So a 3-yard pickup on that pass.
You and I got blocked out by a lot of congestion.
Yeah, far side of the field. 3rd and 11. Stilson back into the shotgun set. Back to pass, under some heavy pressure, rolls right side. Now he's going to climb the pocket. Tries to find some room to run, reverses onto Canyon View side of the field. He's got the first down. Bo Stilson on a pesky run of 11 yards. Emery needed something offensively. Stilson takes control on a broken play himself. 1st and 10, Emery.
The over pursuit by Canyon View. And that's great awareness to tuck the ball and then run and put a little juke in the center of the field and then lower your shoulder, pick up the first down.
Emery right now with the ball on the Canyon View 43. Ball's placed on the far hash mark. Emery will stack one man outside. That's Conover off of the left, and we have a flag. Emery managed to overcome a pre-snap penalty a moment ago. They'll have to try to do it again on this fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 just became 1st and 15, and the ball will move back to the 48-yard line.
Pre-snap penalties. It's been an issue all season.
Well, you expect it with a quarterback. Cadence is going to be different. Just a little bit different when you got a new quarterback. New signal caller. Especially with the offensive line and trying to learn the nuances of the new quarterback. But 1st down and 15 for Emery. Right now the Canyon View 48-yard line. Stilson, quick pass, finds Conover on the outside, uses a stiff arm. Conover down the sideline, he's going to take it to the house. Touchdown! Touchdown, Emery! A 48-yard pass. Bo Stilson works it to the outside corner. Garrett Conover will take the scamper 48 yards for the score.
And trying to keep harping on those plays. Eventually, one of those quick outs to the outside is going to work because the corners are soft for Canyon View. This time on first down and 15, you go quick to the outside. You get great blocking out in front, and then it's a race, and the race was won by the Emery Spartans to get 6 points.
Conover did it himself, used the stiff arm, and boom, he was off to the races on the outside. Touchdown, Emery. PAT is blocked, so it is no good, but Emery does crack the scoreboard. 4 minutes, 25 ticks left in the first half. Garrett Conover on a 48-yard touchdown catch, courtesy of Bo Stilson. 21-6 Canyon View when we return.
You see your friends with their new travel trailers, four-wheelers, and side-by-sides. They're living the dream, right? Well, it doesn't just have to be a dream. You can start living that same dream life today by starting your new career with GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance. GMS is hiring mechanics, electricians, fabricators, experienced and inexperienced miners. They offer high starting wages, benefits, a 401k, and vacation pay. Local jobs are available. Apply today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. The dream can be yours with GMS Mine Repair.
Emery High School football on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Garrett Conover on a 48-yard touchdown catch from Bo Stilson gets Emery on the scoreboard. 21-6 with 4:25 to play in the first half. And Travis, if you can figure out a way to get a defensive stop, you have new life.
Yeah, that touchdown can spark you, so defensively now you need a stop.
End over end kickoff. Falcons will return at the 10, now to the 15, to the 20-yard line. Trying to work it to the outside corner. Nice reverse and a pivot, and the ball just shy of the 35-yard line. There are a lot of playmakers on this Canyon View roster, and we got to see it again.
Yeah, they've got athletes everywhere, and they've shown that here in the first half, up 21-6. See if the Spartan defense can get the ball back to the offense.
As if Sheridan will go to the sideline on 1st and 10. The Falcons are able to open up the playbook a little bit. They've had a lot of success running the football on the ground. We have a timeout taken by Emery. Timeout comes with 4:17 to play in the first half. We are about to see our first look at Cade Haymore.
I think Emery only had 10 players out there. That's why they burned the timeout.
Well, it's their second timeout with 4:17 to play in the first half. Let's keep it here. Haymore, a senior, getting set to potentially get his first carry of the ball game. Canyon View has been able to show off their depth, and we know that this Canyon View team can strike, and they can strike fast. Emery has actually limited the big plays in the open field, but it has been methodical and relatively easy for this Canyon View team to just pick their spots down in the trenches.
That's been easy. They've moved the ball inside the numbers. Emery just needs to figure it out defensively, how to get that ball back, force a turnover, slow them up on the ground attack.
4 minutes and 17 seconds left in the first half out of the timeout. We'll see if there's a personnel change for Canyon View. Haymore takes the carry, goes left side. He's got room to run. 45-yard line brought down at the 50. So his first carry goes for roughly 15 yards. 1st and 10 Falcons. They're at midfield.
A lot of green grass in front. All he has to do is pitch and catch. He does. Gets into the secondary. And that's been a story in this first half for Emery. That secondary making a lot of tackles as Canyon View has broke down the first wall of defense.
1st and 10 directly at midfield. Past the 4-minute mark now in the second. Miller's going to throw. He wants it all. He's got man-to-man coverage off of the outside. And is it caught? I believe it was. Flag comes out. That's going to negate a pass interference because I believe that Cole Cav came down with that football.
That's a catch. He got the foot down.
And that is one heck of a grab down the sideline. They will call pass interference against Emery.
That is one heck of a catch.
They're going to say that it was incomplete.
I thought he got the foot down, Jordan.
Well, it's tough to tell from our angle. I mean, it really is. Regardless, it's one heck of a try. I wish we had the benefit of instant replay. Unfortunately, we don't, but it will be walked off as a 15-yard penalty. Canyon View will have the ball at the Emery 35-yard line. That is such a difficult play to make.
What a throw.
What a throw, what a grab. Defense was not bad. Cole Cavallari, the receiver down the sideline who came down with the reception. That turned out to be an incomplete pass, but a pass interference. And here's Haymore once again. He goes around the left side, and he's got another 15 yards. 2 carries for 30 yards. You'll take that percentage. And just like that, Canyon View getting set to add a couple of more points onto that scoreboard as they are inside the Emery 20-yard line down to the 19. Cade Haymore doing some work on the ground.
It doesn't take long for this offense to move the ball and get into the Emery side of the field. And they're already in the red zone once again.
3 minutes and 20 seconds left to play in the first half. 21-6, Canyon View with the lead. 4th offensive possession. They have scored on the first 3. It's Haymore again. He goes to the left side, and he will score this go-around from 19 yards out. Flag is down back at the 21-yard line. And it looks as if it'll be an illegal shift against Canyon View. That will mark the second time a Canyon View touchdown has come off the board due to a penalty. But again, they are 3 for 3, looking to go 4 for 4. It's just going to be first down and 15 now from the 24-yard line. Haymore averaging 15 yards per carry.
He's just difficult to bring down right now. Just bouncing off tacklers. And once you miss that first tackle, then it's 2, 3, 4, 5 black jerseys. Can't bring him down.
First down and 15. Haymore again goes to the left side, and he's got more room to run. He's inside the 20-yard line. I believe they'll spot him at the 18. It's second down. Emery is yet to force Canyon View in a 3rd and long or 4th and long.
It's always a positive sign for the offense.
You would like to see how they would have to respond with a little bit of pressure. 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, 4th and 7. Haven't got to that point yet. Miller off the play action. Quick pass into the flats. Emery there for the takedown. No gain. Cray Leroy with the tackle. Pass went to the open field to Hudson Springer.
Now you got a 3rd and long.
There we go. Right on cue. 3rd and 9. Leroy stepping up from the safety spot to make the tackle. Third and 9 now for the Falcons. Longest 3rd down attempt of the game. Miller will keep it himself, and he is going to be close to the first down sticks. Emery defense able to collapse. He pushes it up to the 12-yard line. So he is shy of the sticks, and the field goal unit will come out. One of the things that we have seen over the last 2 weeks, excellent special teams play. Actually, we've seen it all year from Emery's opposition.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd bring the field goal unit out.
I think it's a rep. It's a chance to get a rep with a $1:23 left in this first half. We do have a timeout taken on the field.
I mean, 4th and 3, the way I'm running the football, I'll take my chances.
Well, you're looking at about 30-yard field goal attempt, and we have seen the leg from Jackson Beckstrom. Should be no problem for the junior at all. May just be a chip shot with 1:21 to play in the first half. Your thoughts on the way Emery has looked in this game, knowing the difficulties they would be facing down some key contributors?
Down a lot of guys. It's difficult. You're at your 3rd quarterback so far this season, and you're just trying to take little things and turn them into positives and hope the opposition makes a few mistakes. So far, Canyon View has made 0 mistakes. Emery did a good job on that last drive. They've moved the ball. It's just the penalties have set them back, and that's been the story all year with this offense is the penalties derail their drives.
thought Canyon View was going to take the field goal. They come out of the timeout and say, nope, we're going to go for it on 4th down and 3. Miller, snap, throw across the center of the field. It is incomplete.
It's just a bad play call.
Well, it was there. I think you got to credit the defense. You don't like that play call?
No, I'm running the ball. I'm picking up 7, 8, 9 yards of carry. I'm going to run the football until I'm stopped. I'm not going to give Emery a chance here with the turnover on downs by throwing the ball when I'm running the ball so well. It plays into Emery's favor. They finally get a stop defensively now with 1:18 left and 1 timeout. You're down 21-6. You get some points before the half. It's a new game.
Pass across the center of the field. It was incomplete, and so Emery will take over. They get the stop that they desperately needed defensively. Now the question is, can you take advantage of it and put some points up? Stilson's going to keep it himself. Goes into the open field, takes a hard hit at the 18-yard line.
They get hit high.
He seems to be fine. Boy, this kid is a gamer. Gets a 5-yard pickup on 1st down.
Now you got to go as an offense with only 1 timeout.
2nd down and 5. Stilson. Dump off pass into the flats, and this goes for no gain, although the pass was complete. Looks like Michael Ilijic on the reception.
Surprised Canyon View didn't call timeouts.
Well, 30 seconds left. It is 3rd down. And I believe Emery may be content just to run the game clock down and go into halftime 21-6, trailing. Down to 13 seconds here on 3rd down. Maybe the final play of the first half. Stilson takes the snap. Handoff, it's Ilijic again. Ilijic will grab 2 yards, and that's the way this first half will come to a close. Emery's in the ball game. Canyon View has had a lot of success moving the football, but when you look at the score, it's 21-6. Not a bad spot to be in if you're Emery.
No, not at all. You're right in the game. 21-6. Canyon View gets the ball to start the 3rd. So the last drive was the turnover and downs. Defensively, if you can force another turnover and downs, get a turnover, stop them so they get no points. And then you get a touchdown, you put the pressure on Canyon View. So all in all, not bad for Emery to be down 21-6.
21-6, the score right now. Coming up, the halftime report brought to you by Dr. Daniel Cowley at Castle Valley Orthodontics. We'll take a look at the first half stats for the Spartans, plus going over the scoring plays when we return. It's Emery High School football on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist, and here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
Having a great local pharmacy that you can rely on is important. At Price Family Pharmacy, transferring your prescriptions is simple and hassle-free. Just call us at 637-3737 and we'll take care of the rest. Need your medication delivered right to your door? We offer free delivery to make your life even easier. Managing multiple medications? Ask about our convenient med packing services to keep you organized and on track. Visit Price Family Pharmacy and experience a team that genuinely cares. Feel better about your pharmacy. Choose Price Family Pharmacy today.
We're not going out on a limb when we say,
I want to go to Juniper.
Juniper Kitchen. Fantastic food, fun atmosphere. Known for their made-from-scratch pizzas, Juniper has the very best pastas, burgers, salads, wraps, hoagies, paninis, appetizers, loaded sodas, desserts, vegan and vegetarian options. Dine in for lunch or dinner, Tuesday through Friday, 11 till 8. Saturdays, noon till 8. Order online at juniperkitchenutah.com with DoorDash delivery. Stop beating around the bush for a great meal.
I want to go to Juniper.
Juniper Kitchen and Price.
You're looking for somewhere you could be proud to work. Komatsu is looking for you. Komatsu is a leading manufacturer of construction, mining, forestry, and industrial heavy equipment. Komatsu currently has openings for seasoned welders, journeyman electricians, and MSHA certified electricians, as well as master machinists. At Komatsu, not only will your skills be rewarded with competitive wages, but you'll also enjoy benefits like a robust 401k plan. Grow with Komatsu. Go to komatsu.com or call Tanner at 636-6150.
The more things change,
the more they stay the same.
Yes, Mr. Automotive has a new building in Huntington.
But that just means the services they offer just got better.
Detailing and mechanic work are being added to the already great service Mr. Automotive had already offered.
And all deals are still done with the owner at the lowest prices possible.
New building, same best prices, and more auto services. Go to MrAutomotiveSales.com or stop by the dealership, 21 South Main, Huntington. Mr. Automotive, the best for less.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main in Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
At Oliver Law, we specialize in criminal defense and DUI. Everyone needs to know their rights. Let us guide you through the criminal justice minefield. At Oliver Law, we still believe in innocent until proven guilty.
In the heart of Carbon and Emery counties, Quick Realty is here to help you make the right move. Experience the future of home buying with our Matterport 3D tours, giving you an immersive look at your potential home from anywhere. Meet our dedicated team of local professionals, just real people who care, walking you through every step of the way. As a Zillow Premier and Realtor.com specialist, Quick Realty is your trusted expert, handling everything from residential, commercial, and mountain properties to property management. Your dream home is just a call away. Let Quick Realty help you find it.
At San Rafael Health, they believe everyone deserves compassionate and dedicated care. Whether you're looking for a place for mom, dad, or any loved one, the doors are open. San Rafael Health accepts private pay, Medicaid, Medicare, and commercial insurance, ensuring quality health care is accessible for all. Let the family at San Rafael Health take care of your family. Call today at 384-2301 and let San Rafael Health provide the care your loved ones deserve.
Transform your space with Spectrum Paint featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
Picture this. A sudden burst pipe, flames engulfing your kitchen. Disaster strikes when you least expect it. But fear not, because Restore Wizard of Price is here to save the day. Their team of restoration experts is ready to tackle any fire or flood emergency from start to finish. They're not just here to fix the damage, they're here to restore your peace of mind. Don't let disaster catch you off guard. Call Restore Wizard of Price, 637-9165. Restore Wizard, the magic of a fresh start.
Looking for the perfect mattress? We've got you covered. At Bill's Home Furnishings, we have the largest selection of mattresses in eastern Utah, including the highly rated Serta Perfect Sleeper. And when it comes to price, we're competitive with anywhere in the state. But we're more than just mattresses. From quality furniture and home accessories to reliable appliances, we've got everything you need to make your house a home. Stop by Bill's Home Furnishings today, where selection, savings, and service meet. Right here in eastern Utah.
The Spartans play here.
Tyson Grange, number 10, receiver.
Garrett Conover, number 23.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
It is halftime here at Emery High School. Welcome into the Castle Valley Orthodontics Halftime Report, brought to you by Dr. Daniel Cowley. Travis, the score right now, 21-6. It is a bowl game. Emery, a game opponent. We've got to see a brand new look offensively as Bo Stilson has gotten his first start. At times, they have looked pretty good. They've looked efficient. It's scoring. It's finishing drives. On the flip side, Canyon View touched the ball 4 times in that first half. They scored 3. That's how we sit 21-6 right now.
Yeah, Canyon View right now doing a good job of controlling tempo, running the football. Emery's just got to come up with some stops, put them in 3rd and long, 2nd and long situations where maybe they're prone to turn the ball over. They did get a turnover on downs on 4th down and 3. They tried a little pass play in the center of the field. Canyon View couldn't complete it. But then Emery gets a touchdown late in the 2nd quarter, so you're down 15 points. An opportunity, 3rd quarter, Canyon View gets the ball to start, so that's a big drive to start things.
How about that touchdown? 4:25 left to play in the first half. Bo Stilson goes quick out to Conover. He's got one man to beat, and Garrett does all the work in the world. He uses a stiff arm, and boom, he is down the sidelines and into the end zone for 6. Gets the goose egg off the board. You wonder if that could spark some momentum. Big play for Emery.
I think there's going to be some opportunities to the outside edge where you can get those corners in a soft spot and a position where they don't want to come up and make a tackle, and we saw that on that touchdown.
Now, we look at the way Canyon View effectively moved that football in the first half. Now, the last drive, which ended short, turnover on downs, you go back and you look at the way that drive came to a close. Was that what Emery did well, or was that more of Canyon View kind of shooting themselves in the foot? How did you view that? Because the Emery defense appeared to contain some run inside, because we have seen a lot of running inside the tackles. That's where Canyon View's made their bread and butter.
I think it's what Canyon View did. If Canyon View completes that pass as a touchdown, it's wide open, and they said, I didn't like the play call. I would have ran the football because you're running the football so well. He drops the ball, and then Emery, turnover on down. So I think it's more what Canyon View did on that play, more so than what Emery did.
But they did force 4th down.
Yep, they did. And it's the first time. So you can take that as a positive, but you've got to slow them up in this second half with the run game and make them throw the ball down the field.
Yeah, one of the things that we kept calling out of that first half is, hey, can we force them into a 4th and long? That's really what we want to do, right? Let's force them into a 4th and long. Let's see what happens. Finally, Emery does that. They come up with a turnover on downs. Unfortunately, not enough time to do anything with it, yet we go into the break with the score 21-6. Let's take a look at some of the first half stats. We'll start with Bo Stilson, who has thrown the ball 8 times here in the first half. And outside of one interception, Bo was 6 of 9 for 73 yards and a touchdown. I don't know if you could ask for much more out of Bo, who has never thrown a varsity pass. He steps in against a talented 3A team, and he is 6 for 9 with a touchdown and a pick in that first half.
Yeah, he's learning on the fly. It's difficult to be thrust into action like that in your first varsity game at the quarterback helm, but he held his own in that first half, had that nice pitch and catch play that resulted in a touchdown.
Now, what he was able to do on the ground was also impressive. These stats are going to look a little bit different because he did have to take 3 consecutive rushes where he lost yardage, but he's got 11 carries for 38 yards. So in that first half, he himself accounted for over 100 yards of offense.
I think he's going to have 11, 12 more carries in this half. And he's going to have to be efficient with it. Going north and south, I don't think it's going to work. I think Canyon View knows that he wants to go that direction. But when he's inside the hashes or inside the numbers, he's very good.
Let's take a look at the first half stats as far as the rushing attack for Emery. Traxton Conover, 8 carries for 33 yards. He did have a nice run of 12 yards. He's been efficient as well. Only got 8 carries in that first half, but he's been a great complement to Bo Stilson. Together, those two have combined for 71 yards of offense on the ground.
Yeah, Canyon View knows that's where they want to go with the ball, so they're going to pack it all inside. They're not going to let Conover, beat them on a long run.
We also got to see Garrett Conover on the ground. 3 carries, 12 yards.
Yeah, I think they need more out of him because he's such an athlete. If you can get him in space, he's going to make plays. So you got to figure out in this second half to get him in some open space and see if he can bust one.
Well, we saw him do it once already. He had the 48-yard touchdown catch on the outside. He's got 2 receptions for 56 yards. Tack that on with the 12 that he's got on the ground. He accounts for 68 yards of offense.
And that's open space, right? You just flip it to the outside, and you get a great seal-off by your outside wide receiver, and then it's down the sidelines. You need more of that. If you can get those quick plays like that to the outside, I think the wide receivers for Emery do a good job of blocking down front. I don't think the corners for Canyon View tackle well, and that's what it was. It was a race, and you won the race.
Illichick has 1 grab for 1 yard. Leroy, 2 grabs for 11 yards. And then we had Jaden Atwood, 1 grab for 3 yards. And that's the offense for Emery in that first half. We take a look at the scoring plays. Camden Sheridan out of the backfield has to be averaging roughly 7 yards per carry. He scored the first touchdown of the game at the 3:23 mark. If you joined us late, Emery had a very efficient drive to start the game. It took about 6 minutes of game time off the clock, and you know that's exactly what Coach Famalo wanted to accomplish. Unfortunately, it didn't result in the points.
Yeah, Sheridan's almost 200 pounds. It's a battering ram to try to bring him down. And like you said, it's 5, 6, 7 yards to carry. Got to limit that. Got to get the ball out of his hands somehow. You got to force him into a couple losses. Maybe he fumbles the football. He loses a little bit of confidence. But defensively, you just got to tackle better.
Let's take a look at some of the other scores from around the state. These halftime scores are coming in, and some of these are of games of note. Juab right now all over Carbon, 38-0 at the end of the first half. That game is on our sister station, KRPX 95.3 The Peak, as well as our YouTube channel, Castle Country Radio Carbon. Morgan right now up on Union 35-0 at halftime. That's a Union team that we saw last week take it to Emery in a 40-7 game. They trail 35-0 to the Morgan Trojans.
Yeah, a little bit different this week for Union.
Little different, yeah.
A little bit different this week.
Also halftime right now, Enterprise and Millard battling to an 8-8 tie. Milford holds a 13-6 lead over Parowan. San Juan all over Delta at the end of the first half, 38-7. Those are two teams that we will see a little bit later on in the season. How about this score? Halftime, South Sevier 61, Grand nothing. That is at the break. South Sevier, they're loaded.
South Sevier's good. They're going to be there towards the end. They are a very good football team.
Manti right now tied with Richfield 12-12. That one is at the break. I was really interested to see how that one would play out. Beaver and Kanab, right now in the second quarter, they are at a lightning delay, but Kanab does lead Beaver 12-0. We saw those two teams already, and I know based off of what we saw, we were kind of excited for that matchup as well.
Yeah, that's the one that we were looking forward to, and right now, Kanab holding their own. Hopefully things get going there quick.
Halftime here. We're about 60 seconds away from the second half. That'll do it for the halftime report brought to you by Dr. Daniel Callie at Castle Valley Orthodontics. Emery will kick to Canyon View when we return. Falcons lead the Spartans 21-6.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist. And here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
The Spartans play here.
This is Jaden Atwood, number 15. Miles Warrenson, number 52.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Second half about to begin. Score Emery trailing Canyon View 21-6. Jordan Buscarini alongside Travis Anderson. Always fun to be along with you as we bring you Emery High School football wherever you may be watching or listening. Of course, on 107.3 FM, 750 AM, Eastern Utah. YouTube channel, Castle Country Radio Emery, and also on the KSL Sports app. Pleasure to be a part of that group as well, putting Emery High School football in more homes than ever before. We'll see if Emery can come up with a big defensive stop to get the second half off and rolling, Travis. If they do, in fact, force a turnover or a stop on this first possession of the second half, you're going to have renewed life. We got a ball game.
Yeah, we got a ball game. You got to come out, make sure that you don't allow them to go down the field, take a lot of time off the clock. Got to be quick. Hopefully we can get forced turnover early on, get the ball back, and go down and score and put the pressure back on that Canyon View offense.
Only our second home game of the season. Travel away from the friendly confines next week. Just alternate every other week for the rest of the year. Back at home. We did get the first 2A RPI. Emery number 5. A win here would definitely go a long way. Atwood's going to tee it up for Emery. He'll kick right to left off of the radio dial. Atwood gets the running start. There's the end-over-end kick. And the Falcons will return it at the 10 to the 15, 20, 25, trying to get to the outside corner and taken down at the 30-yard line. And that's where the offense will set up shop with 70 yards of green in front. That was Will Little on the return for the Falcons. They've had pretty good field position, Travis, most of the game. But now we have a big offensive set. Miller, the quarterback. Sheridan lines up right side. Emery with 3 down linemen. Want to bring pressure around the outside, and Sheridan is met by a gang tackle. Big time takedown. That was Tyson Johnson, the senior, who laid the initial hit for a loss of 1. It's 2nd down and 11.
There we go. Loss of 1 makes it 2nd down and long.
Tyson has had himself a very productive year defensively for Emery. 2nd and 11. Hand off to Sheraton again. He gets skinny, spins away. No, a nice takedown. Thought he was going to be able to break through. Conover made that shoestring tackle. He did get some help by Tice Larson. And now it's 3rd down and 9. And if you're Emery, you couldn't ask for much more than this opportunity. If you can come up with a stop on this play, you may force a quick 3 and out here in the second half. And again, as you alluded to, Travis, that means we have a ball game if you could force a quick one right here.
Yeah, defensively, stay disciplined, get to the outside. Do not allow a big-time play.
Man coming in motion, left to right off of the dial. Miller is under pressure. Conover gets the hit. Flag is out. Sheridan with the reception. He does not get the first down. He's taken down at the 46-yard line, but we'll see what the flag is. Conover brought the heat around the corner.
Hold on,
It is a hold against Canyon View, and now you got to think about this. Do you decline this penalty? If you do, it's 4th down at the 36-yard line. And Emery is going to take the penalty.
What would you do? I would have declined it.
Oh, man, that is tough. That's a tough call.
Because I don't think Canyon View is going to roll the dice and go for it that deep.
Maybe.
But you make it now 3rd down and 19.
I'm conservative when it comes to yardage, when it comes to penalties, when it comes to taking points.
I would have declined.
I think I may have taken the penalty. That's a tough call to make. It really is. So the ball backs up to the 21. Canyon View's got to get it to the 40. So we're looking at 3rd and 19. Back to pass, throw. It's complete. Ball at the 30. Emery ends up buying themselves 4 yards. It's 4th down and 10. So it turned out to be the correct call.
That's why I'm up here and coach is down there.
That's a tough call to make. I can see both ways.
I just don't like giving teams
another opportunity
because I don't know what. Because they could throw it up, I could get a pass interference, or they could break one loose. I want to make sure it's 4th down.
Malik Rigby came down with the reception on a gain of 10. There's the punt. It is away cleanly. Takes a Canyon View bounce at the 43. And Emery's going to have good field position. They'll start on their own 42-yard line. So let's see this offense, Travis. We got what we wanted, a quick 3 and out. And with 9:57 to play in the third quarter, Emery has a chance to make this a one-score ball game.
So what you wanted to do, come out this third quarter, have a defensive stance, not a lot of time trickled off the clock. You get the ball back. Great field position, down 15.
Ball's at the 42-yard line. Emery moving right to left off of the dial. Stilson is the quarterback. Calls for Corbin Ward in motion. He'll move left to right. In motion. Keeper, Stilson around the end. Gets it out to the 45-yard line. We'll see if they spot him there. That's exactly where they spot him. So a gain of 3. 2nd and 7.
It's all right. You're in front of the sticks. Make it 2nd down and 7.
41 yards rushing for Stilson on 12 carries. You said he would take 25 in the game. Quite halfway there, but we can expect, I'm sure, to see a heavy dose of Bo. 2nd down, 7 yards to go for Emery. 2 in the backfield with Stilson. Bo takes the snap, handoff. It's Ilijic, and he gets it to the 49-yard line. Flag comes out. It was a productive run of 4 yards, but it may be coming back. Maybe not. This may go against Canyon View. It's a face mask.
Yeah, again, this second time, it looked like Canyon View defensively got their hands a little bit high.
So it's just a 5-yard face mask. Puts the ball at Canyon View's 46-yard line. That is enough to move the sticks. 1st and 10 Emery. And that 4-yard run from Ilijic will stand. He's got 6 yards on 2 carries. Twin set backfield again for Emery out of the shotgun. And it's a good 5 yards where Bo stands back from the center. Snap from Larson, handoff. It goes to Conover. That's Garrett Conover who takes the carry for a good 3 yards at 2nd and 7. You wanted more Garrett Conover in the second half. You get it there for 3 yards, and again staying ahead of the sticks on 2nd down and 7 yards to go. 9:25 in the third quarter. Emery with the ball on Canyon View side of the field. Emery's got to get to the 36 for a first down. Right now, they're sitting at the 43. Snap count, there was movement, and I believe 5 yards.
I thought Canyon View jumped first, but it's not going to go that way.
There was a little bit of movement out on the left side. Yeah, it's tough call. 2nd down and 12 now for Emery.
They both simultaneously went at the same time.
They did. We'll see if Emery can recover. 1 man in the backfield now. Stilson takes the snap, quick pass, goes to Conover. He's outside the numbers. Garrett gets it inside the 40, spins off, but they say he stepped out of bounds. Still a nice pickup. He gets it to the 40-yard line.
I'd keep going to that play. They can't stop it.
It's a gain of 8. And Conover continues to stack some yardage. He's got 64 yards on 3 catches.
4 down territory.
3rd down and 4. Stilson, quick pass, wanted to go back out to Conover, and that time it drops on the ground.
They had it too. Throws low. If it's a little bit up, it's a catch. It's a first down. Just rushed it.
And it appears that Emery is going to punt this football. Try to play the field position game with the ball at the Canyon View 40. It's 4th down and 4.
Yeah, angle this one towards out of bounds. Don't kick it towards the center.
Once again, a drive that they were able to get into Canyon View side of the field. Atwood gets the punt away end over end. It will be returned to the 15-yard line, now to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and brought down at the 41-yard line. Emery nets 0 on that return as Canyon View. Actually, it's a -1. They punted from the 40. Canyon View returns it to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of, kicking it down the center with the return set up. And the ball didn't have a lot of hang time, so it comes crashing down quick. And your gunners are not down there in time, and it's a nice return, and you said it, -1.
8:44 to play in the third, 21-6. 15-point lead. Canyon View will come back out onto the field. The last 2 drives, the Falcons have not reached the end zone after scoring on their first 3. Sheridan with the run goes up the middle past the 45 up to the 48-yard line. So a nice gain on first down of 8 yards. They spot him at the 49. It's 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more of Sheridan this second half. 8 yards on that first down run.
Sheridan again, and he gets to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Excellent defensive play, and there are flags all over. There is a lot of extracurricular activity.
Yeah.
We have a Spartan down on the ground. It was Tice Larson.
The initial one was going against Canyon View. Then the second shove.
I think they both should go. They're going to end up offsetting these.
Offsets it. Yeah, Canyon View was going to get called first. And then that second shove.
So it is 3rd down. Well, that's what they're going to talk about right now. Should be 3rd down and 2, correct?
Yeah, the play counts, the down counts. It's after. It should be 3rd down and 2.
They got it worked out. 3rd down and 2 for the Falcons. They need to get to the Emery 49. They have the ball on their own 49. When unsportsmanlike conduct against Canyon View would have been pig there. Would have been looking at 3rd and 17. Instead, it's 3rd and 2 after the offsetting penalty. And I think Coach Famalo wants an explanation as to, hey, what happened? So 3rd down and 2. Emery trying to force a second 3 and out here for Canyon View. They started at the Emery, or at their own rather, 42-yard line. Miller out of the shotgun, and there is some movement by Canyon View, and Emery is going to get helped out. The right tackle, Quentin Hansen, the guilty party. He jumped to the right side, and now it's 3rd and 7. So let's see if Emery can take advantage of the free 5 yards that they just received. Ball pushed back to the 44-yard line. Kind of a weird start to this second half. 8:11 to play in the third. Canyon View 21, Emery 6. Emery trying to get back into this ball game by forcing a third punt or turnover on downs.
Yeah, sluggish start to the third quarter.
For both teams.
Not been pretty, both sides.
3rd down and 7. Some motion here for the Falcons. Miller is going to throw the ball. He's under pressure over the middle of the field. Incomplete. Trying to work the seams. Corbin Ward was in on the defense as Will Little was the intended receiver. It is 4th down, and Canyon View will have to come out and punt this football away. And so Emery giving up a yard on their last punt. It does not come back to haunt them. They are going to get the ball back at the 8:06 mark.
2 stops now defensively. Now another opportunity.
3 if you go back to the end of the first half. Defense finding its footing.
It was a matter of time before this Canyon View team kind of sputtered out offensively. Everything was clicking, going right, and there you go. There's another
high snap. Emery can't get back to block the punt. That was great recovery by Canyon View. The punt does take an Emery bounce to the 33-yard line. That was nearly a disaster. Credit Jackson Beckstrom. He had to go sky high to grab that high snap, and he gets that punt away.
I have no idea how he recovered.
I don't either. Conover was coming. He nearly blocked that. There would have been nobody in front of that ball. That would have been a huge momentum swing. But instead, Beckstrom, the unsung hero of that drive for Canyon View, gets it away. And while the Falcons don't completely flip field position, they definitely push Emery back inside their own 35-yard line. That right there is what you would call a hidden play.
That's one of those plays that doesn't get talked about. You're not going to see in the stat sheet, but he saved it because that ball was going to trickle, was going to be inside the 20, and Emery would have been set up nicely.
Under 8 minutes to play in the third quarter. Canyon View 21, Emery 6. Emery back with a football. Second offensive possession of the third quarter. Handoff to Ilajic. He's looking. It was a patient run. Ilajic gets it out to the 35, so a gain of 2 yards.
But it's patient. You don't lose yards. It's positive. That's where they got to be in front of the sticks.
They give him 3 on that carry. He's got 3 carries for 9 yards, 2nd down and 7. Yeah, being ahead of the sticks has been crucial for this Emery offense. Ilajic will stay in the backfield. Handoff to Ilajic once again. Great field vision. Dives forward. Gets up to the 39-yard line, so a gain of 4.
Follows his lead blocker. Falls right behind. Falls forward. Picks up more positive yards to make this third manageable.
3rd down and 3 for Emery. They need to get this ball to the 42-yard line. They have it right now at the 39. Very big play. Depending on the outcome, it may be 4-down territory. 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. I could see Emery rolling the dice on a short 4th and 1. Just pick up the first down and let's not worry about it, huh? Trips left side here for the Spartans. 1 wide out to the right side. 4-man down front for Canyon View. Stilson, quick pass into the outside and off of the hands of Craig Leroy. It is incomplete. 4th down, I would expect a punt on 4th and 4. And I think that's what we're going to get.
It's the second time they've tried to run that, and they're just not patient enough. You're getting the ball out too quick. Even if caught, he's stopped right in his tracks. It's probably going to be a no gain.
Really hoping on Leroy to use his athletic ability, right? He's going to have to break one.
Ball's just a little bit out in front as well.
Punt is away. And it will take an Emery bounce. Jaden with an outstanding punt. It's rolling inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line. So that is a filled flipper. Jaden Atwood. What a beautiful boot that was.
That's a bad special teams play by Canyon View to not catch that ball and filled it, instead letting it roll, and it rolls all the way down to the 9-yard line.
It's a 51-yard punt.
Beautiful punt.
And now the Emery defense is going to have to make it happen again. They have forced 3 consecutive stops against this Canyon View team. 6:29 to play in the third quarter. It remains 21-6. You got to have a defensive stop here now, Travis. Your punter came out. He did his job. You got to come up big defensively.
Yeah, you need a 3 and out to flip that field position back in your favor.
2 in the backfield this time for the Falcons. It's Sheridan. And the Emery defense able to stand him up. Gain of 3 yards. Actually, a gain of 4. They say he gets it out
to the 13.
To the 13. Sets up 2nd down and 6.
First half, he was busting those 8, 9, 10 yards. This time, second half, they slowed him up just a little bit.
It's McCandless and Meekum in the middle, playing the important linebacker spots. Conover's coming around the left outside. And then you got the big fellas up front. Tyson Johnson continues to just have himself quite the season. He's getting a little bit of help up front, but he has been able to create some penetration. It's 2nd down and 6. Sheridan's the motion man out, and this will go for a nice gain for Canyon View, close to the first down sticks. I believe it is enough on a gain of 7. It is 1st and 10. Falcons got the ball now out to the 20-yard line.
Slips through the arm tackle to pick up the first down.
Well, a change of pace back for Canyon View in this game has been Haymore. And he comes up with a nice run yet again, 1st and 10. So after 2 3 and outs, the Falcons have their first down of the second half. It comes to the 5:20 mark in the third quarter. 21-6, Canyon View with the lead. 2 in the backfield once again for the Falcons. Miller fakes the handoff. He wants to take it himself. He gets to the outside, drops the ball, but it bounces right back up into his gut. It was a hard hit by Conover. Mika may have poked that out from behind. Emery unable to catch a break. Instead, a gain of 2 with 2nd down and 8 for Canyon View. That would have been huge.
Ball loose, pops right off the turf back into his stomach on the ground with the recovery.
2nd down and 8. Clock continuing to tick down to the 4:39 mark here in the third quarter. Give this Emery defense a lot of credit. They've given their offense an opportunity, Travis.
They have. They've got the ball back a couple times for them.
2nd down. Man coming in motion. Handoff. It's Haymore again. And he is so good after the initial contact. He's able to run this out for a gain of 6. It's 3rd down and 1.
They had him for a loss. Couldn't come up with it, and then he springs forward to pick up positive yards to make this 3rd down and short.
It's 3rd and 1. Bo Stilson is out on defense. That's not something we see too often.
They're just going to run that through that little A or B gap, pick up the first down. So you got to seal it off.
He's going to go under center. Quarterback keeper. Question on that keeper. You got to wonder, was there some early movement? The refs say no. He dives forward, gets it out to the 33-yard line. Plenty for the first down. And the Falcons have their second first down of this drive. Clock ticking. We're down to 3:36 in the third quarter. But a slower quarter than what we were accustomed to in the first half. What happens when we have punts, right? We've had 4 punts in this quarter. 2 for Emery, 2 for Canyon View. 3rd offensive possession for the Falcons of the quarter. Miller is out of the shotgun. He's got 2 in the backfield. Gives it to Sheridan. Sheridan is ran down from behind. Boy, Emery has made some adjustments. That is Conover again. He comes from behind. Tice Larson finishes it off up front. Sheridan with no gain on the play. It's 2nd down and 10.
He just shoots off the edge and gets in the backfield and wraps him up to make sure he doesn't get anything after.
Well, there has been a huge improvement for Emery based off of last week against the rushing attack. Can the defense force another stop? They need one right now. 2 in the backfield this time for Miller once again. Sheridan will go in motion. Miller wants to throw, center of the field. It's wide open right down the middle of the seam. And this will go for a first down now onto Emery's side of the field up to the 48-yard line. Seems like Canyon View needed that in the worst way to try to get this offense moving. Easy pitch and catch football that go around. Is Ryder Miller showcasing why he has complete control of this offense. He finds Rigby up the seam.
Yeah, Rigby just gets loose, and you said it, nice soft touch over the top, and he does the rest, picks up chunks on 2nd down.
Back out of the shotgun, it is Miller. He's got one with him from the 50. Play action, he'll keep it himself. Rolls out left side, dives forward, past the 45, up to the 43-yard line. So a gain of 8 on first down, or a gain of 7, rather. So it's 2nd down and 3. Jaden Atwood climbs up, makes the stop. Craig Leroy will run off the field, and Bo Stilson will come back in. Canyon View taking their time. Travis, we're down to 1:21 here in the 3rd quarter. Falcons went into halftime up 15. They still lead by 15, and they are finally in business offensively. Here comes an end around, trying to stretch the field. Emery not fooled, although Canyon View will step up for a couple of yards on the play. Gideon Meekum is able to follow the reverse. Bo Stilson comes with him, as does Garrett Conover. And we're looking at 3rd down and 2. Ball at the 42. The Falcons have to get it to the Emery 40.
Yeah, we're going to see Canyon View. They're going to be in no rush. They're going to take the snap down. That last snap came at 1 second. Not sure how they got it off with the movement, trying to break the huddle, but they did. They're just going to take their time, and they're going to milk this 4th quarter out as much as they can.
Miller out of the shotgun, back to pass, fires into the open field. It's incomplete. Flag comes out from the side. Falcons wanting to get that Cavalier out in the open field. And
I'll start, Canyon View.
This will go against the Falcons. You have to believe that Coach Famalo will most certainly take this penalty. It would be 4th down and 2.
A lot of movement on the line. Nobody getting set.
So 3rd and 2 is now 3rd and 7. Ball is pushed back to the 47-yard line. You got to get to the 40. 31 ticks left in the 3rd quarter. Huge play for both teams. Sheridan is in the backfield. He'll get some help from Springer as well, who moves out to the right side just off of the line of scrimmage. And we have a timeout taken by Canyon View. This is an important play. Falcons want to make sure they are all set to go. Timeout on the field. We're going to take it as well. 31 seconds left in the quarter. The Falcons 21, Emery 6 when we return.
The more things change,
the more they stay the same.
Yes, Mr. Automotive has a new building in Huntington.
But that just means the services they offer just got better.
Detailing and mechanic work are being added to the already great service Mr. Automotive had already offered.
And all deals are still done with the owner at the lowest prices possible.
New building, same best prices, and more auto services. Go to MrAutomotiveSales.com or stop by the dealership, 21 South Main, Huntington. Mr. Automotive, the best for less.
Emery High School football on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
They have a big 3rd down. It's 3rd and 7 for the Falcons. They have it on the Emery 47-yard line with 31 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. 21-6 Canyon View with a lead. Last time Canyon View scored was at the 7:20 mark of the 2nd quarter. So the Emery defense has tightened up. Let's see if they can force a 4th down. Sheridan goes in motion. Miller's going to roll out to the left. trying to climb the pocket. He does find some space. Spin move. He's got the first down. He did it on his own. And that was such an athletic play. Emery did have it sniffed out. 3 defenders. He managed a high step one, spin move at the 45, dives forward to the 39. It's 1st and 10, Canyon View.
That's a great chip block to spring him free. If he doesn't make that block, he doesn't put a helmet on him, it's a tackle for loss. It's 4th down. They're punting. Said it's a nice little chip block, springs him free, picks up the first down. I know a lot of Emery fans wanted a hold. It was not a hold at all.
39-yard line. That's where the Falcons sit. 2 wideouts coming out of the right side of the field. Out of the shotgun, Miller gives it off to Sheridan, and Sheridan will climb up to the 36, so a gain of 3. And that will take us to the end of the third quarter. Neither team able to score in the third, and we have a ball game as we go to the fourth. Emery needs a defensive stop. Canyon View finally driving, and it's a time-consuming drive. 21-6. Falcons with a lead when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main and Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
At Oliver Law, we specialize in criminal defense and DUI. Everyone needs to know their rights. Let us guide you through the criminal justice minefield. At Oliver Law, we still believe in innocent until proven guilty.
The Spartans play here on 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Back to the action, just a tad late here in the fourth quarter. On second down, a quick pass from Miller trying to work the outside, and he overshoots his intended receiver. Incomplete pass. It's 3rd down and 7.
Well, you got him 3rd down and long again. And we've seen it's been a struggle offensively in this second half for Canyon View. So a chance for the defense to come up with a stop. I believe it's 4-down territory for the Falcons. Being this deep, they're in no man's land.
Well, don't forget, they have an outstanding kicker in Jackson Beckstrom. A field goal would make it a 3-score game. Don't think they're in his range yet, but that is something to pay attention to. Miller is under pressure, flushed out right side, has to throw on the run, overshoots everyone, throws it away out of bounds. It's 4th down and 7. Emery again being aggressive defensively. They force Miller out to the right side, and that's a heads-up play by the quarterback to get rid of it. Doesn't take a sack. It's 4th down and 7, and let's see if Canyon View rolls the dice or if they play conservative with the ball at the Emery 36-yard line.
First time tonight that Emery got some pressure coming around the edge, and they flush him out of the pocket, and they make him throw into a bad throw. Goes out of bounds, 4th down and 7. A chance now. You get a stop here. You get great field position here in the fourth quarter, down 21-6.
Right call for Canyon View to go for it. Trips right side. Fumble on the snap. Miller's able to pick it up. Now he's got to try to make magic with his feet. He can't do it. Michael Ilijic gets into the backfield, lays the hit low with the knees. That's a turnover on downs on a big miscue for Canyon View. There haven't been too many of those offensively for the Falcons, and that one comes at the worst possible time. Turnover on downs. Emery has great field position. They'll start at their own 36-yard line.
Yeah, they bad snap, and all Ryder Miller can do is pick the ball up off the turf and try to make something happen. He can't. He stopped a turnover on downs. Emery gets the ball back.
Trips left go around for Emery. This time man-to-man coverage at the bottom of the screen at the right. 4-man down front. There's a bobbled snap handoff. It's Ilijic, and he's able to push forward for a gain of 3. So we've seen a heavy dose of Michael Ilijic here in the second half. He's up to 5 carries for 16 yards. Those aren't eye-popping numbers, but Travis on first down, he's stayed ahead of the sticks. He's picking up 3 yards a carry on first down for Emery. Changes the complexion of the offense.
Does. That bobble snap, he saved it, and they turned a negative into a positive. They picked up 3 yards and make it 2nd down and 7.
Just shy of the 40-yard line. Clock stops with 11:24 to play in the game. Still 21-6. Canyon View's last touchdown came at the 7-minute mark in the second quarter. This time they go 4 down linemen again. Out of the shotgun, Stilson with the clap snap, goes to the outside to Leroy, and Canyon View is quick to the outside. Initial takedown that time for the Falcons comes from Preston Higgins, the defensive back. He was quick to the ball, and it's 3rd down and 6 off a gain of 1.
Yeah, then Will Little finishes him off. Number 9 for Canyon View comes over, pushes him out of bounds. 3rd and 6 now.
Emery has to get the ball out to the 46-yard line. For the most part, the second half has been played in between the 40s.
Yep.
We saw Emery flip the field position once on the beautiful punt from Atwood. But Canyon View was able to get the ball back to midfield, and that's essentially where we have been throughout the second half. A big 3rd down and 6. Stilson out of the shotgun, calls for Atwood a motion. He'll move right to left. Stilson back to pass. He's under pressure. Rolls out. He wants to keep it himself to the 40, 45, 50. Down the sideline, 1st down and more. He is shoved out of bounds on a Canyon View side of the field, and that is Bo Stilson doing some work from the 40-yard line. He takes it to the 41 on Canyon View side of the field. A 19-yard run by Bo Stilson.
Yeah, Canyon View is soft on the edges. Everything that been big play positive for Emery has come around the edges because Canyon View cannot come up and make tackles. On a 3rd down play, they give up a big 1st down run, and now Emery on the Canyon View side of things.
13 carries for 60 yards for Bo Stilson in his first start at varsity quarterback. Ball at the 41, 10-12 to play. A big 1st down for Emery. Handoff on 1st down, and that's Conover. And Conover will take it to the 36-yard line. So Garrett with 19 yards now on the ground. And again, positive yardage on 1st for Emery. Softens this defense a little bit. You can open up the playbook if you stay ahead of the sticks. We have seen a significant difference in Emery's offense when it's 2nd and 7, 2nd and 6, opposed to 2nd and 10. It's looked completely different.
And Conover comes up a little bit gimpy, so he limps off the field for this possession.
One in the backfield for Emery. Stilson, the quarterback, 3 wideouts to the left side. Handoff to Illijic, and he goes nowhere. In fact, he loses 3 yards. Canyon View was able to sniff this one out from the beginning. Brexton Roundy, who's had a very impressive game, creeps up from the linebacker spot on the loss of 3, and it's 3rd down and 9.
Guy stops him right on the tracks. Nowhere to go. Shoots through the gap untouched. Nobody picks up the block. It's a loss of 2. 3rd down now and 9.
9-minute mark coming up here in the 4th quarter. Maybe 4-down territory for Emery on 3rd and 9. Let's see what offensive coordinator Chris Justice can dial up. Leroy is in the slot this go-around for Emery. Ward on the left side, Atwood on the outside, near side. There's the snap, back to pass. Stilson, he's under pressure. Has to throw it to get rid of it. He lofts this one down to the sideline. It was in play. Dangerous throw, but it is incomplete, and Emery faced now with a 4th and 9. And it's decision time for Coach Famalo.
Canyon View sends a blitz. They send pressure from the outside and the inside gaps. Nobody picks up the blocks, and they flush him out of the pocket. And very fortunate that ball wasn't picked off, similar to the throw in the first half that was picked off on that little dump-off pass.
It was on the same sideline.
Yep.
4th down and 9. Emery's going to keep the offense out on the field. They have the ball in the Canyon View 40 with 8:43 to play in the game.
You got to make sure that you catch the ball beyond the sticks and not short of the sticks on this pass play.
Stilson is going to throw. No, he climbs the pocket on the quarterback draw, and he took a hit, a heavy hit, well shy of the 1st down sticks. He gets a yard on the carry, and that's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, that's the inexperience on that one, feeling the pressure, and it's a little bit of panic, so he tucks the ball and he runs instead of trying to let the play develop or trying to move outside the pocket to see if somebody springs free. And you're short of the sticks. Turnover on downs. 8:36 left, 4th quarter. Still 21-6.
Canyon View will take over on their own 38-yard line.
And this is where they're going to take their time. They're going to run the football inside the numbers. They're not going to be quick to the play clock, and they're going to take as much time as they can off this 4th quarter clock.
We saw how patient they could be on their last couple of drives. Miller, the quarterback, fakes the handoff to Sheridan, wants to go to the outside, gets around Conover. Now a spin move. Not a huge pickup. He had to run a long way, but he did get half of what he needed. 2nd and 5 coming up. And again, that is Ryder Miller doing some big work.
Yeah, Ryder Miller's had a pretty good game.
yeah, he's not bad.
And for Emery, it's just a little things, the missed tackles on the initial where you have a stop and it's 1 yard, 2 gain, then turns into 4, 5. And that was officially 5 to make it 2nd and 5.
15 on the play clock, 8:02 on the game clock. And again, Canyon View will take their time. They're still in the huddle with 10 on the play clock. Miller takes the snap. And this will go for a good gain. Canyon View now onto Emery's side of the field. And they have done a terrific job of keeping this Emery defense off balance with a change of pace back. We didn't see a ton from Haymore early on in the game. It was the Sheridan show. But Haymore has become more and more involved in the offense, and it's been difficult to stop.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a different runner, and Emery hasn't seen that. And with the balance they have, you just rotate guys in and out.
Haymore again. His first 2 carries of the game went for 15 yards a pop. He had a 19-yard touchdown called back. So that's the kind of get-up that he has coming out of the backfield. And on first down, he's good for a gain of 7. It's 2nd down and 3. Ball already at the Emery 43-yard line. And Canyon View continues to bleed that clock. We're down to 7:12 to play in the game.
Now, most guys try to avoid contact, right? Not him. He looks to lower that shoulder and then pop you.
Sheridan's the same way. They got 2 aggressive runners, and we saw that last week with Union. They want to run through you, not around you. 2 in the backfield this go around for Miller. He's going to hand it off. It's Haymore again, and this time Emery was ready for it. It's the first time we've called Chaz Sorensen, although he has made an impact on this game. He steps up with a takedown. It's 3rd down and 4 now for the Falcons. Again, this game being played in between the 40s, and that's exactly where Canyon View has the ball right now at the Emery 43-yard line. It's kind of been on repeat here in the second half.
Yeah, you build that lead, and then you can pretty much control what you want to do, and that's just inside the numbers like you talk about.
It's been an inspiring effort from this Emery defense. Gave up 21 points on the first 3 possessions for Canyon View, and they have not allowed a score since. Here's some trickery, misdirection. Miller will keep it himself. He's got the first down past the 40 to the 39. Emery really needed a stop on that 3rd down. We will hit the midway point here in the 4th quarter, and the Falcons will continue.
I don't know by the
drain
spot if they're going to give him the first down.
Oh, he's got it. He's got it. They stop for a moment. I don't even think you need to measure.
That far official didn't give him a great spot.
Well, from where I'm sitting, the chain is shy of the 39-yard line, and that ball is placed directly at the 39. I think at this point, the timeout may help Emery here. Not only does it stop the clock, but they can get a breather defensively. But I'm going to say Canyon View has this first down, and it's not quite close. Let's see. It's our first measurement of the year, I think, Travis.
It is.
We haven't had too many of these. There you go. Easily picked it up. 1st and 10, Canyon View. Under 6 minutes to play in the game. Clock is going to start here in just a moment. Canyon View can continue to drain it. You know, the play clocks being visible in the end zones sure make it easy as a broadcaster. Sometimes you go to fields where there's no play clock and you got to rely on the referee to get the 10 count. We have a big luxury here at Emery High. Snap, Miller, he's going to throw. He wants it all. He's got a man open down the sideline, incomplete. And there have been just a couple of misses down the field. Leffler, the defender for Emery, was just a step behind.
Got to take some air off that football.
Little, the intended receiver, and he has been a handful all evening long for Emery, and he nearly had a 39-yard touchdown pass, which would have been the nail in the coffin with 5:53 to play in the game. Instead, Emery's defense will live to play another down, 2nd and 10. Big play coming up here, Travis. Again, we go back to where Canyon View has struggled. It's been 3rd and longs. That's where it's been difficult for them.
They're throwing the football there.
This time into the flats. And Emery was ready for it. That's caught over again. He brings Sheridan down in the backfield for a loss of 1.
So now you're 3rd down and long.
This is where it's been difficult for Canyon View. You have 3rd and 11. There's 5.5 minutes left in this game. You get a stop here, you still have a fighter's chance with all 3 timeouts. But it feels like you have to force a 4th down and long here to still have that opportunity in this game. Miller, the quarterback, takes the snap. He's going to throw across the middle of the field, and it's caught. 1st down and more down to the 20-yard line. That's a 20-yard pickup. And it was Cavalier who come up with it. 1st and 10, and that is a huge play, throwing the ball on 3rd and long.
Those quick out plays where the corner is just a little bit too far. You got to jam him at the line, not allow him some space. He got enough space. It's a catch. It's a 1st down. And that one hurts.
1st and 10. Haymore. He's got a nice pickup on 1st down from the 19-yard line. Moves it up to the 11, a gain of 8. Clock will continue to move. We are under the 5-minute mark. Final score on our sister station, 95.3 The Peak. Juab tops Carbon 38-3. Final score in that game as Carbon dips to 2-4 on the season. Canyon View handoff out of the backfield down to the 1-yard line. Falcons thought they found pay dirt. Not the case. 1st and goal to go from the 1. Clock with 4:33 remaining in the game. Another final, Cedar topping North St. Pete 42-0. Handoff, Haymore out of the backfield, crosses the goal line, touchdown Canyon View. First touchdown of the second half for either team, and with 4:25 to play, the Falcons now with a commanding lead, 27-6.
First touchdown in a long time for Canyon View.
And it makes sense that it is Haymore on the 1-yard score. PAT coming out here for Beckstrom. Very reliable kicker for Canyon View. Snap was low. The hold was good. With the block is Emery, and we have a flag coming out. Beckstrom is down. Travis, I did not see the contact. I saw the block. I followed the ball. I did not see the contact. I look up, and Beckstrom is down on the ground. Now the officials are going to talk about this. Let's hear the explanation from the flag. They call a block below the waist against Canyon View, so Emery will decline it. The PAT is no good, but the damage is done. 4:25 left to play in the game. Canyon View 27, Emery 6. We'll pause for 30 seconds, and it'll be Emery football when we return.
At Clean Cut Roofing and Siding, they believe every home deserves to look its best. Since 2003, Clean Cut Roofing and Siding has been transforming homes and businesses with precision and care, ensuring your peace of mind with every shingle and siding panel installed. Whether you're updating an old look, repairing storm damage, or bringing life back to your storefront, trust them to handle every detail. Visit cleancutroofingsiding.com to schedule your free consultation. Clean Cut Roofing and Siding, where quality meets craftsmanship.
The Spartans play here.
This is Jaden Atwood, number 15. Miles Warrenson, number 52.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
27-6, Canyon View up by 3 scores. 4:25 left to play in the game. Emery's offense will come back out onto the field. And Travis, there were certainly not a lack of opportunities to get back into this game. Well, they've been in the game, but to really apply some pressure. The defense has played very, very well. Here's the return for Conover. In a hard-nosed run, he gets it past the 25 up to the 27-yard line. Well, the opportunities have been there tonight for Emery.
Talk about those opportunities. Yeah, multiple opportunities. Defense comes up with some stops, gives your offense the ball. You're down 15 points and just can't muster any points on the board.
Emery will take over at their own 27-yard line, moving left to right off of the radio dial. Only one touchdown in this second half. Just so happens it goes to Canyon View at a very crucial time. They put together a monumental drive when they needed it most. San Juan, final score 61-7 over Delta. I think the Broncos are in midseason form. 1st and 10, Stilson the quarterback. Takes the silent snap, rolls out, throws, pass is caught. It's caught over again. He had to get to the 42 for a first down, and they spotted at the 43, so a gain of 11 moved the sticks. It's 93 yards passing for Stilson. Conover is up to 75 yards receiving on 4 grabs. God, I love the way this kid plays.
Yeah, he's a baller.
Both of them.
He's a dude.
Couple of gamers here for Emery. It's 1st down and 10. Emery with the ball at the 38-yard line. Stilson rolls out, heads up play, gets out of the pocket.
He got hit late.
Throws it away and then takes not 1 but 2 pops, and we have 2 flags coming out.
That's going to be 15 yards. Hit him out of bounds.
What they'll call a personal foul as Stilson was rolling to the sideline, so that's a 15-yard penalty. That personal foul will take it to Canyon View side of the field. They spot that off at the 47-yard line.
Just worry about him taking hits. You're already thin at the quarterback spot. You don't want him taking any unnecessary hits. That one was a hard hit on the out of bounds.
It's the 3rd quarterback in 5 games for Emery. This time, Stilson wanted a quick pump fake, but Canyon View brought pressure, and they get home. Stilson is taken down back on his own side of the field to the 48-yard line. Emery's got to get all the way to the 37 on Canyon View side of the field to get a fresh set of downs. So it's 2nd and long, 2nd and 15. 3 minutes and 23 seconds left to play in regulation. 27-6. Canyon View with the lead. Falcons will go with a 4-man front. 4 wide out set. Stilson, low snap, bounces up into the gut, able to throw, finds Conover again. Caught back to the original line of scrimmage, spins off a couple of would-be tacklers. He will not go down to the ground, and they finally rule him down at the 45-yard line on Canyon View side of the field. How about that? My goodness, Garrett Conover with a really hard-fought 8-yard reception.
That takes a bunch of pops, stays on his feet, and 8 yards like you said.
Here's a pass downfield. It's caught. A diving grab by Jacob Morris at the 28-yard line.
He came back to the ball, dives, and makes the completion.
That's a 19-yard pickup. It's the first catch of the evening for Morris. It goes for 19 yards. Stilson is now up to 120 yards on the evening. 2:25 left in the game. 1st and 10 Emery. Stilson to throw again. He's going to climb the pocket, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a smidge more. 2nd down and 10. Let that throw and catch. I don't know how Morris came up with it.
Yeah, Morris in traffic and then fights through it, comes back, dives, cradles the balls. He's going to the turf and made a nice completion on the throw for 19 yards.
Brexton Roundy down on the ground, the linebacker for Canyon View, so we do have a quick stoppage. 2nd and 10 for Emery. You look at these numbers for Stilson. He's completed his last 2 passes. It was an 8-yard pass to Conover and then a 19-yard pass to Morris. So 120 yards off of 19 attempts in this game. It's not bad for Stilson. 1 interception, 1 touchdown. I don't know that you could ask for much more efficiency.
No, you can't. First start, he did fine.
2nd down and 10. Ball inside the 30 to the 29-yard line for Emery. Ilajic is the deep back. Man coming in motion, it's Morris. Stilson rolls out right side. He throws a little jump pass, and it's incomplete, intended for Conover. 3rd down and 10. Got to get this ball to the 19-yard line. Got to make a trip to the red zone if you want to get a fresh set. Minute 55 left in the game. 3rd down and 10, 27-6 Canyon View. Emery has found success moving the ball between the 30s. Changes a little bit when that field shrinks. Low snap, Stilson under pressure. Rolls out, fires deep, triple coverage over the top, and I think we have pass interference against Canyon View. It was intended for Conover. You had 2 Canyon View defenders lurking in the area. One was Ben Vest, and I think Vest might be the guilty party on a pass interference, which would give Emery a 1st down. Take the yardage any which way you can get it. 1st and 10, Emery.
Yeah, taking those positives into next week on the road at Grand, any way you can get them.
Ball to the 14-yard line for Emery. Here's our red zone visit. Not a goal-to-go situation. But with 1:49 left to play in the game, Stilson goes back into the shotgun set. Ilijic lines up right side. 2 wideouts on each end. Motion man coming. It's Morris. Here's an end around. Jacob Morris to the 10, to the 5. Morris knocked down at the 4-yard line. Excuse me.
Yeah, Morris had that catch a couple moments ago, and now this time gets another play to him around the corner, around the edge.
It's a gain of 10 for Morris on the ground. And with 1:20 to play in the game, Emery will have the ball inside the 5-yard line. I think the Spartans had to take a timeout. They did. Some confusion on the offensive side of the ball. Let's keep it here, Travis, as they are inside the 5-yard line. With 1:09 to play in the game. No quit in this team. You love to see it.
No, you're never going to get a team from Emery that's going to quit. They just continue to battle. Just going to come up a little bit short tonight. Had opportunities like we talked about throughout the game. And now you finish this one off and you turn your focus back on the road next week at Grand.
Final score in the Morgan Union game. Morgan takes home a 48-8 win. Finally get to the halfway point of the Beaver Kanab game. It's 12-0 Kanab at halftime. So there's a couple of final scores of note. Minute 14 left in the game. Out of the timeout, it's Emery ball, 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Stilson will go up underneath center. Ilijic is the deep back. And they're actually going to add 5 more seconds to the game clock. It'll go back up to 1:19. No, 1:15. So they'll add 1 more second. Under center, it's Stilson. Minute 15 left in the game. Stilson takes the snap, goes to Conover. Garrett gets to the outside. Touchdown! 2nd touchdown of the evening for Garrett Conover. This one comes on a 4-yard run. He's got 23 rushing yards to his name on the evening, and Emery scores for the 2nd time. Makes it 27-12. How about Garrett Conover tonight?
That Conover just speed, stretches it to the outside, and gets into the end zone for the 2nd time tonight. With 1:09 left here in the game, it's 27-12 Canyon View.
Out to attempt the point after. It's Jaden Atwood. Stilson will hold. Snap was low, and this one is blocked. Emery 0 for 2 on point afters today. It was a low snap. Stilson tried to get it down, and Jaden had to kick that extremely low. It's blocked. 27-12. The score with 1:09 left to play in the game. Some positives to take from this. You played even with Canyon View in the second half.
Yeah, everything in the second half looked much better than that first half, so those are some positives. You've shown the ability all season long, though, that you can move the football up and down the field. just little things, little mistakes that throw you off. Now we'll have an onside kick, so reps. These are things that later on
always pay dividends.
Yep, going to come into play.
Ball at the 40-yard line for Emery. Atwood's going to tee this up. 2 back deep to return. We have not seen an onside kick, I don't believe, this year. I think this would be the first one, right? Memory serves me right. If we see the onside or if Emery just elects to kick it deep. Atwood end over end. He will kick the onside. A beautiful bounce. Emery had a chance to grab it. Ward got a paw on it, could not haul it in. And Canyon View will take over at their own 47-yard line. Boy, that was a pretty onside. You couldn't ask for a better hop. Ward again just got a hand on it, couldn't haul it in. Canyon View football. And that'll be all she wrote here tonight at Emery High School.
Atwood put that ball perfectly. One hop did. And Ward, all he has to do is come down with the football, and it goes right between his fingertips. And that ends the game.
See if Canyon View comes out with the quarterback's favorite play out of the victory formation. Emery does have a couple of timeouts. Snap and a handoff. It goes to Sheridan. He goes up the middle, gets a gain of 3. Tackled by Conover, and Emery's going to use timeouts. Going to fight this one to the very end. 27-12. Canyon View by 15. You had to see some positives. And as you alluded to, next week we go on the road to Moab. Going to go to Grand. Red Devils have had their fair share of struggles so far this season.
It's a get-right game.
It is a get-right game. I agree. Saw a lot of get-right elements to this game. We talked about not giving up the big plays. Not too many huge plays through the air. Not any huge plays on the ground. Those were methodical drives by Canyon View. Now, they were picking up 6, 7, 8 yards per play in the first half. In the second half, this Emery defense looked good. I think it was the most complete half we have seen from Emery in competitive football this year.
Yeah, it was. Much different team in the start to second half than we saw in the first half.
2nd down and 8 out of the timeout. Miller out of the shotgun. Sheridan lines up left side. Hand off again to Sheridan, and he goes nowhere. That's Conover on the takedown back at the 49-yard line. Emery will take another timeout. That is their last timeout. So it's 3rd down with 52 seconds to play in this game. So Emery about to drop to 1-4 on the season. Canyon View will climb to 4-2. When we look at the RPI, I don't know that this necessarily will hurt Emery playing an upper classification team. But Region is not going to get any easier. We know South Sevier is a good football team. We know that Beaver, again, the class of 2A. I think Delta is not a bad football team. Last 4 games are not going to be a breeze for Emery by any stretch.
No, then San Juan sits there too.
3rd down. Handoff, and this will go for a gain of 1. Clock's going to continue to move, and there's about a 6-second differential between the game clock and the play clock. So it's 4th down. All Canyon View will have to do is take a snap, run out 4 seconds, and that will effectively end the game with the ball at midfield. I know at Emery High School you don't want the moral victories. I know these kids don't want the moral victories. But I think tonight will definitely represent what could be a turning point in the season. I saw some good football tonight, Travis.
Yeah, a lot of things you can take from this game, especially the second half, the way they came out, and they didn't quit. And they gave their offense an opportunity. The defense did.
So a delay of game against Canyon View, 6-second differential, 4th and 10 coming up from their own 45-yard line. Take that back. Canyon View, I believe, called a timeout with 1 on the play clock to avoid the 5-yard penalty. very, very tough go in non-league play for the Spartans. Kanab, Beaver, Judge Memorial, Union, Canyon View. It's not an easy non-region schedule. I think context always matters when you take a look at the non-region games and the way they came down to the wire. I thought that Emery had their moments against Beaver, right? They had their moments against Kanab. But defensively, this was by far, I believe, their best performance outside of the Judge Memorial win.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Punt for Canyon View. It's a low snap. And he gets it away cleanly. This one will take a bounce, and that is the way this game comes to an end tonight. We will not see another offensive play. Instead, Emery will slip to 1-4. A spirited effort by Emery, a spirited effort by Bo Stilson, who saw his first action at quarterback, the third quarterback of the season for Emery. They have had to battle the injury bug early on. Back half of the season starts with a 27-12 loss to the Canyon View Falcons. We'll send it back to the studio. Coming up, post-game wrap-up show brought to you by Eastern Utah Community Credit Union.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emery, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Looking for the perfect mattress? We've got you covered. At Bill's Home Furnishings, we have the largest selection of mattresses in Eastern Utah, including the highly rated Serta Perfect Sleeper. And when it comes to price, we're competitive with anywhere in the state. But we're more than just mattresses. From quality furniture and home accessories to reliable appliances, we've got everything you need to make your house a home. Stop by Bill's Home Furnishings today, where selection, savings, and service meet. Right here in Eastern Utah.
Picture this. A sudden burst pipe, flames engulfing your kitchen. Disaster strikes when you least expect it. But fear not, because Restore Wizard of Price is here to save the day. Their team of restoration experts is ready to tackle any fire or flood emergency from start to finish. They're not just here to fix the damage, they're here to restore your peace of mind. Don't let disaster catch you off guard. Call Restore Wizard of Price, 637-9165. Restore Wizard, the magic of a fresh start.
Discover the strength and beauty of Flawless Sheeting's metal siding and roofing solutions. Designed to endure and crafted to conserve energy, the products offered by Flawless Sheeting ensure your home not only looks good, but feels good too. Plus, they come with a 40-year warranty. Enjoy superior durability and enhanced comfort year-round with new roofing from Flawless Sheeting. Ready to upgrade? Call Flawless Sheeting at 636-7300 and elevate the way you live.
Hey there, food lovers. It's Bill Hicks from Farlano's Cafe, your new favorite spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether you're craving a hearty omelet, a fresh salad, our golden curly fries, or our mouth-watering pastas, we've got you covered. And we're open 7 days a week. So come on down to Farlano's Cafe, where every meal is a celebration. Remember, it's where the locals eat. Visit us at Farlano's, where great food and great company come together. See you soon.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Why can't I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Jill Jensen in Price today.
When your comfort is on the line, trust the experts who care. At AirTemp Heating and Cooling, we've been dedicated to keeping Castle Country cozy since 1999. Our certified technicians are ready with 24/7 emergency service and the latest knowledge in heating and cooling technology. As a proud Bryant authorized dealer, we'll do whatever it takes to ensure your home or business stays comfortable year-round. Call AirTemp Heating and Cooling today at 637-4468.
At Castle Country Vet, they believe every pet deserves a touch of love and expert care. You can trust Dr. Harmer and Dr. Kelly. They're not just veterinarians, but passionate pet lovers, dedicated to nurturing your furry friends like family. From routine checkups to emergency interventions, you and your pet will experience compassionate, professional care every step of the way. Let Castle Country Vet help your pets lead the happiest, healthiest lives. Call Castle Country Vet today, 637-5797, because love is a four-legged word.
We're not going out on a limb when we say,
I want to go to Juniper.
Juniper Kitchen. Fantastic food, fun atmosphere. Known for their made-from-scratch pizzas, Juniper has the very best pastas, burgers, salads, wraps, hoagies, paninis, appetizers, loaded sodas, desserts, vegan and vegetarian options. Dine in for lunch or dinner, Tuesday through Friday, 11 till 8. Saturdays, noon till 8. Order online at juniperkitchenutah.com with DoorDash delivery. Stop beating around the bush for a great meal.
I want to go to Juniper.
Juniper Kitchen and Price.
Having a great local pharmacy that you can rely on is important. At Price Family Pharmacy, transferring your prescriptions is simple and hassle-free. Just call us at 637-3737 and we'll take care of the rest. Need your medication delivered right to your door? We offer free delivery to make your life even easier. Managing multiple medications? Ask about our convenient med packing services to keep you organized and on track. Visit Price Family Pharmacy and experience a team that genuinely cares. Feel better about your pharmacy. Choose Price Family Pharmacy today.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emery, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
The Spartans play here.
This is AJ Thomas, number 14. Jacob Morris, number 5.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Welcome into the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game wrap-up show. Final score tonight. Canyon View gets a win over Emery, 27-12. Emery slips to 1-4 on the season. Again, the post-game show brought to you by Eastern Utah Community Credit Union. Get in and get your Emery High School Spirit Card today. Awesome. All you got to do is go into any of the participating branches. Let them know you want to change that Visa debit card to an Emery High School Spirit Card and showcase your Emery High School pride. Eastern Utah Community Credit Union bringing you tonight's post-game wrap-up show. Travis, it's not the outcome we wanted. 27-12 final score at Canyon View, but it was 21-0 Canyon View with the 7:20 mark in the second quarter, and Emery made this a ball game. They were in it throughout the entire second half. I don't think you can be disappointed in this performance, although you always want to get a win. Plenty of positives in tonight's game.
Yeah, a lot of positives, not the outcome. But you can take these things into next week. They played a much better second half than that first half. They limited what Canyon wanted to do, so defensively, they should be proud. They only gave up, 6 points, 7 points in that second half?
They ended up giving up 6. Yeah, I mean, they played to a 6-6 tie over the final 24 minutes of the ball game. So, you put together a solid first quarter, and it's a completely different game. That's where Canyon View actually won this one tonight as they got out to an early 14-0 lead by the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, another flat, slow start, and we've seen that from this team, I think, through the first 4 or 5 games, that these slow starts catch up with them, but they settled in that second half. They came back out. They played much better. They came out. They got a couple stops, gave the offense a chance. The offense moved the ball, but a couple penalties and then just not, converting on third down and second down and long really came back and got them.
Really didn't know how tonight would look offensively. Bo Stilson gets about 4 to 5 days, 5 days at the absolute most of prep for tonight's game at the quarterback spot. I thought Bo managed the game very well. I thought he did some good work.
I thought he did too. I thought with the short notice playing that position, he comes out, he did a good job moving the ball when he tucked the ball. He's running up in the field. He forced the one, but he didn't force a lot of passes, and it's a learning curve. It's new to him, and next week it's going to be much better, and moving forward it's going to get better.
Yeah, we don't know if Bo will be back at quarterback next week. The status of not only Trick Jensen but also A.J. Thomas will dictate that. as we have talked about. Emery, again, using 3 quarterbacks already so far this season. But Bo proved that he was capable. And you know what? I loved offensive coordinator Chris Justice calling his number early, trying to get him comfortable with a couple of easy completions to start the game. That's a veteran offensive coordinator move. You know that Bo was going to be predominantly a runner, but in the same instance, the idea was, okay, let's throw a couple of passes out in the flat. Let's get him comfortable. Let's try to find that momentum early, and let's see what we can make of it.
That's a nice job. The first play into the outside, on the outside flat, you get him comfortable, and he did a good job of staying comfortable inside the game, just being thrust into everything. It's a difficult thing to do on short notice, but he handled himself well, so we don't know the status next week, but moving forward, you know, if you have to throw him back into that position, that he can handle himself.
Yeah, I didn't know how many passing attempts we would see from Bo tonight. He ends up throwing the ball 19 times. He goes for 121 yards through the air, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Did have a 48-yard touchdown pass. Had a couple of big plays on that last scoring drive. Had an 8-yard completion to Garrett that kind of set up the next play, which was a 19-yard pass to Jacob Morris, which was a phenomenal grab, by the way. I'm not sure how Jacob came up with that. But Bo did throw the ball 19 times. Now, on the ground, I expected to see a heavy dose of Bo. You were talking about getting 25 carries plus. He had 11 in the first half, only ran the ball about 3 or 4 times in the second half. He did accumulate 61 yards, but you also pointed something out in the fourth quarter. You want to limit the amount of hits that Bo was going to see in that second half because you don't really have a backup to go to with Bo being third on the depth chart. And so they did limit his touches running the football over the final 2 quarters. But still, he accumulates 181 gross yardage in this game. I thought it was a pretty good performance for someone that had about 4 to 5 days prep for tonight's game.
And that's why the carries are down in the second half. You want to limit the hits he's taking. He took that one shot on the sideline. Towards the end, it drew a flag, but 4 carries in that second half, 11 in the first. They wanted to shy away from making sure he's not taking too many unnecessary hits.
We knew that Bo was going to be one of the favorite targets if it was AJ or if it was Trigg underneath center. But I was curious as to who would be Bo's favorite target as he moved over to the quarterback spot, and there's no question it's Garrett Conover. He hauls in 5 catches for 83 yards and had that 48-yard touchdown. He was very, very reliable. If it was a check down or if he was the main option, I thought that Garrett filled in beautifully in that role, being the top target for Bo Stilson, and also utilizing Garrett on the ground and in special teams as well. So now he has become a key member of this Emery team, offense, defense, and special teams. Garrett was phenomenal tonight.
Yeah, when this team needs a big play or they need a touchdown, Garrett's going to be that guy that comes through. I think through the first 5 games, we've seen Garrett separate himself as that number 1 target.
Well, he nearly goes for 200 all-purpose yards tonight if you take into consideration the kick returns. He does end up with 83 yards through the air, and then on the ground he accumulates another 23 yards and gets a rushing touchdown late in the game. That was Emery's second touchdown, which we'll talk about in just a moment. We'll go over the scoring drives. Here on Eastern Utah Community Credit Union's post-game wrap-up show, we take a look at other key contributors for this Emery offense. Traxton Conover, he got a heavy dose early on in this game. He goes for 8 carries and 33 yards.
Yeah, I like the way that Traxton runs the ball. Like to see him get a couple more, carries or more of the workload. Did get ahead a couple times, so he had to come out. But Traxton is a guy that they're going to lean heavily on when they got to pound the football inside the hashes.
Yeah. Well, I've been so impressed with both Garrett and Traxton so far this season. They have done a phenomenal job. Jacob Morris also had a carry for 10 yards. And then we got to see Michael Ilijic a little bit more out of the backfield tonight as well. So we talked about all the change of pace backs that Emery has. All right, they got a stable of running backs, and we got to see that again tonight. Ilijic was good for 3-4 yards on first down. I mean, that was a huge deal for Emery tonight.
Yeah, you're trying to find guys that you can rely on moving forward, and so you're trying different combinations with how banged up you are. So those are some guys you can look at and say, all right, we can use Illy in the backfield. He can break one loose. Looked good running the football. So some opportunities there for guys to step up when their number's called.
2 scoring drives tonight for Emery. We'll recap those when we return. Final score in tonight's game. Canyon View grabs a 27-12 win over Emery. Our Spartans now sit 1-4 on the season, but they'll have an opportunity to get back on the right track when they travel on the road next week to take on the Grand Red Devils. We'll talk about that when we return. It's Emery High School football, and you are listening to the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game wrap-up show. Canyon View 27, Emery 12.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emery, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Having a great local pharmacy that you can rely on is important. At Price Family Pharmacy, transferring your prescriptions is simple and hassle-free. Just call us at 637-3737 and we'll take care of the rest. Need your medication delivered right to your door? We offer free delivery to make your life even easier. Managing multiple medications? Ask about our convenient med packing services to keep you organized and on track. Visit Price Family Pharmacy and experience a team that genuinely cares. Feel better about your pharmacy. Choose Price Family Pharmacy today.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
In the heart of Carbon and Emery counties, Quick Realty is here to help you make the right move. Experience the future of home buying with our Matterport 3D tours, giving you an immersive look at your potential home from anywhere. Meet our dedicated team of local professionals, just real people who care, walking you through every step of the way. As a Zillow Premier and Realtor.com specialist, Quick Realty is your trusted expert, handling everything from residential, commercial, and mountain properties to property management. Your dream home is just a call away. Let Quick Realty help you find it.
The more things change,
the more they stay the same.
Yes, Mr. Automotive has a new building in Huntington.
But that just means the services they offer just got better.
Detailing and mechanic work are being added to the already great service Mr. Automotive had already offered.
And all deals are still done with the owner at the lowest prices possible.
New building, same best prices, and more auto services. Go to MrAutomotiveSales.com or stop by the dealership, 21 South Main, Huntington. Mr. Automotive, the best for less.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist, and here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
The time is now to join the JN Auto Experience. Browse quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs at our Price or Huntington lots. JN Auto can even help you get financing. Get fast, expert mechanic service to keep your vehicle running smoothly. Treat your car to a spotless wash or make it shine with professional detailing. Even rent a car. All in one convenient stop. JN Auto. Driven forward.
The Spartans play here.
This is Jaden Atwood, number 15. Miles Warrenson, number 52.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Back on the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game wrap-up show. Final score tonight. Canyon View picks up the win over Emery 27-12. We're going to take a look at the scoring plays in this game. And Travis, it started early for Canyon View. Back 3:23 to play in the opening quarter. They put up the first touchdown of the game. That was after a lengthy Emery drive that lasted about 6 minutes but stalled out on Canyon View's side of the field. Falcons march it down. They scored with 3:23. That was Camden Sheridan, who we got a heavy dose of really throughout this entire game. He scores first.
Yeah, they kept the ball inside the numbers, ran the ball efficiently and effectively, and they marched down the field like you talked about and scored quickly.
It was just 3 minutes later with 8 seconds to play in the first quarter. Ryder Miller scores the second touchdown of the game. He goes on a 2-yard run. It's 14-0 Canyon View at the end of the first quarter. And that 3-minute span right there, that proved to be the difference in this game.
That's the difference right there, that span that you talk about where it's 14-zip.
And then Canyon View goes up by 3 scores as Miller connects with Little on a 19-yard touchdown catch to make it 21-0. Right before the end of the first half, Emery scores a 48-yard touchdown, one of the longest of the season, as Bo Stilson connects with Garrett Conover. We saw Garrett use that stiff arm, and then boom, he was off to the races, looked good doing it. Touchdown Emery. It's 21-6 at the break. We're right back in this thing.
It's a really nice play design to get the ball to the outside. You get great blocking. It springs him free. An untouched, he scampers down the sideline into the end zone. You're like, all right, there's our points that we need right before the half.
This was a battle, 21-6 in the fourth quarter. Emery had multiple opportunities to get what they needed. Unfortunately, could not break through and score. And then Canyon View kind of puts the final touches on as Haymore scores on a 1-yard touchdown run with 4:25 to play in the game. It's 27-6 at that point.
Yeah. In the second half, though, by Emery, much better than that first half. You dig that hole in the first half. It's difficult the way that they try to move the ball up and down offensively. You got a new quarterback in there. It's going to take time to try to score points. And, again, we take the positives from the second half. Yeah, even with them in the second half, 6-6. But the hole in the first half that you dug was just too deep to get out of.
Emery did answer back, and I think that was the big positive at the end of this game, right? The Spartans do find the end zone right at the end. Garrett Conover, a 4-yard touchdown run, and it makes it 27-12.
It's a good job. It's a good play design. You get your quarterback rolling out. Everybody bites with the quarterback, and then he stretches it and gets into the end zone untouched.
And that is the scoring in tonight's game. The final in this one, Canyon View 27, Emery 12. And we will look to get back into the win column next Friday. We're going to be on the road. You and I will travel to Moab as Emery takes on the Grand Red Devils. That'll be the region opener, and it sets the stage for the final 4 games of the regular season. There are going to be 4 tough ones. It's Grand, it's South Sevier, it's San Juan, and it's Delta. It doesn't get any easier, that's for sure.
Nope. Again, the preseason portion, if that's what you want to call it, non-conference is over. Now it's where it matters, the conference schedule.
We'll see if Emery can get back into the win column. It is always a pleasure to be along with you. Again, on 107.3 FM, 750 AM, our YouTube channel, Castle Country Radio Emery, and also streaming on the KSL Sports app or KSLSports.com. Always a pleasure to be along with you. Always a pleasure to bring you Emery High School athletics. For Travis Anderson, I'm Jordan Buscarini. Go Spartans!